All right, all right, all right. What's up, folks? Let's get into today's topic. Man, I had heard about this story. What was this? Maybe about what has it been? About a month ago? What has been about a month, 3 weeks ago? I had heard the story coming out of LA about a car being towed, and workers at this tow yard became suspicious when smells start coming up out of a vehicle on their impound lot. And when they went into the trunk of this vehicle, being it's a Tesla vehicle, they found the body wrapped up in there. And so, like I said, I had heard about it. I thought nothing of it. They had stated the vehicle belonged to this artist, who will come to discover is this guy Dave, who spells the name D, the number 4VD. And I never heard of this dude. And so I was like, matter of fact, back even when I heard the story, I didn't even think to go check to see who he was. But I was like, man, this fool may be in a lot of trouble unless somebody has stole his vehicle. Being that he was never arrested when this news came out, I'm thinking it was a situation of somebody stole his vehicle and then placed this girl in there. When the news covered this story, when it came out somebody was in the vehicle, he was on tour. So I'm thinking it was nothing related to him, like somebody took his car. But I think it's pretty hard for anyone to be able to steal a Tesla vehicle. So therefore, any other car, maybe, yeah. A Tesla, there's some suspicions. Those cars are secure as hell. I don't think you access those vehicles without a key, and then the fact that you can utilize your phone and shut those vehicles off, locate those vehicles, all this stuff. But they say the vehicle ended up being impounded from out of this area somewhere up in the hills because the car had been abandoned in this neighborhood for a number of months. Car just sitting there. It's no way that this dude would be like not well, even if he's out of country and not know that his car has been taken and all this other stuff. Now, what makes this situation worse is the fact that this girl has been identified. And this girl being identified as a fucking minor. A fucking minor. This girl was 13 years old when she disappeared. And she been missing for a whole goddamn year since April of last year. And it's sick to think that her damn relatives let her young ass venture away with this fool. And the mother, who when they found the body, I think they said something like TMZ ended up contacting her, and she was able to identify like some identifying marks because the girl's body is decomposed. It had been in the trunk of this car over the damn summer. Is that she had a tattoo? So now this little young ass girl, unsupervised, is able to go get tattoos and shit. And the fact that this damn pedophile of a goddamn musician is messing with an underage girl. So I'm like, man, why I'm up here looking like, okay, I want to check this story out now. I want to see who this fool is. So I go to his YouTube, and to come to find out, this dude has a pretty unique history. And also, listening to his music, he make music that's for like others. He make music that would be classified as like white music, but the music is good. I can't knock that. I got an ear for that music shit, and I listened to the album, his most recent album, and the music on there is good. So I can see why he has a following. But the crazy thing about his stardom is like, man, this kid was truly blessed. Like, why would you F that up, dummy? They stated that this fool rose to his prominence in music from YouTube doing Fortnite. This is one of these young fools who had content channel on YouTube creating Fortnite videos with music playing in the background. And it started to blow his channel up. His channel just blew up on YouTube. And over the course of his channel growth and all this other stuff, boom, YouTube did to him what they do to me. And that's, motherfucker, you got to go. They canceled this fool channel. And so the fool get on there, boo-hooing to guess who? His mommy. That's why he wear bonnets on his head and looking at his videos and watching his videos. Uh, the fool is a zesty ass fool, masking the fact that he's in relationship with women and all this other shit. So he paints his fingernails, wears bonnets on his head, and go outside and sit in front of the camera with mama shit on his head. And so I'm listening to the stories and shit. So they say he get his channel taken. He crying to his mama. His mom's like, "Well, why don't you create your own music over it?" So this kid takes a music app program and start creating music to put in the background of his Fortnite videos. And from there, the damn videos blow the hell up. So once again, he rises right back up where he was from the channel he lost. And then now, not only is he making popular Fortnite videos, the music career done launched with it. And then he put a song out. Those songs go mega viral, a lot of streams, and then it leads to him being signed and shit. And then having this kind of cult-like following. And then also to where this cat was touring somewhere in another country off of the music he developed. They said he started only doing music in 2022. So it's not just saying he maybe had gifts. He probably been part of some type of music productions, probably listen to music, singing it, to just come up. And the fact this kid knew how to sing and write music, but his music is dark. That's the other thing. The music is dark than a mother. And when I was listening to a video on the album, the song called Afterlife, I believe it is. Hold on, let me pull up the title of his album. The album is kind of got a wicked name to it as well. Hold on, what's the name of my let me go. Title. The album got a weird name to it. The album is wicked. That shit called something like what is that mess called? Withering, like somebody withering away. I was like, homie, you may pick the wrong goddamn album title with this girl missing. I mean, you a goddamn fool, homie. What the hell you doing with that? And then the music all about being in love with a chick and he can't get over her leaving. He put all this belief into her and she can't go away. And this one song I also listened to where the closest part to her is her ghost. She didn't matter, but her ghost is with him. Said, man, this fool tripping. It's the evidence. I can't remember what song it is, but the Afterlife, that one song I listened to, I'm listening like, wait, homeboy can't be sitting in here making a song taunting that he done took this girl's motherfucking life, or is this a song that he was going to keep near and dear to him and be sitting here kind of revealing shit? Like, the album is zesty. Everything about this dude is zesty, man. This fool fruitcake. He laying on the ground, like the flowers bringing him back, like he underground. Like, homie, this is a taunt, like a motherfucker. This fool taunting that he done killed this girl and thinking he done got away with it. Now the investigation must come together. And now they have to start looking at him as he probably done went on tour. They're probably going to start looking at video footage of if he's done interviews or whatever the hell he's been on to see if there's markings. Because now if he put up a fight with that girl and that girl put up a fight and scratched him, cut him somewhere. Because I seen one interview, I was watching somebody's channel, he has a Band-Aid over his forehead. So I wondered, could that be some defensive mark? Maybe that girl done scratched him. So if there is some marks, and being they said this girl was dismembered and all that shit, it'd be cold fucking blooded if law enforcement got this fool's skin under her goddamn fingernails. Because the one thing they got was the tattoo she had on her finger that says shh, and he has a matching tattoo like her. I hope to God they have all this shit, and not to just make this fool guilty, but there ain't no way that a girl associated with you, a fucking minor, and somebody else did this shit. Homie, you guilty as a motherfucker, man. And the fact you got music that sound like this, talk about death all through it and shit. The girl didn't matter to you alive, but her ghost is what meant the most because that was the real her and shit. I was like, man, this fool got to be one of the most twisted motherfuckers that music has ever seen. And the industry has had a lot of weird psychopathic ass people. He'll be worse than the boxer Felix Verdejo and shit. I mean, listen to this music. Like I said, the full music is pretty good, man. I ain't gonna lie about that. It ain't kind of music I listen to, but when I hear music, I can listen to it and see like, oh, I see why he has a growing audience. And to think that this dude 2 or 3 years ago was just a guy on here making YouTube videos for a video game and shit, and then come out here and making big music. Now he gonna be in there painting somebody else's toenails and shit inside of a prison cell because they gon' I ain't saying everybody in prison on some fruitcake shit, but they definitely gonna do whatever the fuck they want to this little punk, having them singing songs to him while washing their drawers and shit. But it's cold blooded, like. But then it's like crazy, man. That how does a family lose sight of a young girl? Girl so fucking young, a girl chasing after somebody she idolizing. This weird motherfucker chasing at after an underage girl. I mean, the girl can't lie about her age. She don't look like she one of them girls who is underage but can pass for being someone older. This girl look like a little ass girl. Looks like a little ass girl. And somehow the parents knew about it because they said the mother talking about she had a boyfriend named David and now end up being this fool. Man, I can't wait till this shit break. They were saying something about investigators were back in the area where that car got impounded. So mind, this wasn't where the car got impounded because the police got involved in it. It wasn't a police situation like the car got towed and they're going to inspect the vehicle. The car got towed because it was sitting out there in this neighborhood for all these months. And if this girl been missing since last year, you best believe she decomposed like a motherfucker. And they said the body out there stinking. The body probably just liquid and bone and shit. And when they bust that trunk open, it's a body in that motherfucker. Yo, little baby, homie. Life taken by a motherfucker she idolized is cold. Let me say what's up to y'all. I know Boxer says what's happening. CJ in the building, salute CJ. G Brown in the building, salute. Deshaun in the building, salute. Cloud with TJ says that song called Romantic Homicide. Yeah, I was hearing that shit too. Said, dude, it's crazy. It's Romantic Homicide. He got a bunch of crazy shit. I'm like, this is a sick ass motherfucking dude. Like, man, what's wrong with this young ass fool? And then kind of like looking at his look, like they was showing some shit he did for Amazon Music. And I wonder if why he performing those songs on it, if it's eating him inside, knowing what secrets he is hiding, and knowing damn well in this forensic world, this shit was gonna catch up to his ass. Because these fools are solving cases from 30 and 40 years ago. And you left the girl in your car and went on tour. Like, you gotta be dumb than a motherfucker. You couldn't think to put the motherfucker out in the canyon? Like, you stupid as shit. And then Roland Curtis says, where's this dude from? They said Harlem or some shit. And then his mother raised him in Houston, Texas and shit. And so that's why he couldn't get away with the crime. She had him raised in Texas, a red state. And it says this girl is from Riverside County. Says I used to live in Riverside. Says the impound was in Hollywood. Says, but where's this David from? That fool probably yeah, he's probably living out there in the Hollywood Hills or something. But that's crazy. A family lose track of their young daughter, and she ends up with him. Little fast ass fucking girls, man. And then CJ says he was bringing a casket and funeral arrangement, decor and flowers to his concerts as part of the theme. Says he was hella weird, man. He should have been shot for that shit. But you can tell she has no fucking father. There's no father around. Because dad should have been at the concert and put a fucking bullet through his fucking skull. And then King Port's right hand says, salute to myself in the chat. Says, damn, says, what happened to your other channel? Man, you know, if I'm on this motherfucker, you don't see that other channel, you already know what happened. I'm the king of this shit. This shit gone. And he says they arrested Rampage son. Man, they ain't gonna do nothing. They took that long to file charges and shit. Probably that rustler who he slammed wanted to file charges. Rowan Curtis says as long as his bail ain't high, it probably was nothing, just procedural shit. And then Rowan Curtis says they say that Shush Tattoo says it's popular. It says I heard that Rihanna has the same tattoo. Yeah, I never heard of that shit. And then Philip A says, gotta remember, it says we in the times of anything could be true. Man, I think this shit is true. I ain't defending this weird ass fucking singer. Like I said, I listen to his music. Man, this fool music is crazy as shit. I said, this fool crazy. It says, check your toddy. It says, body of missing teen found in singer Dave's Tesla. Says, in the song Afterlife, says he is attempting. Thank you. I need to play the Ring of Rainbow shit for my self. I meant admitting. He's admitting, and that should be guilt. See, the rest of these fools can't read. They didn't point that shit out. Admitting to the crime. There we go. Much better. He's admitting to the crime. But yeah, it was like crazy. Like I said, I had heard about this story when that shit happened and thought nothing of it. I thought it was just one of these other crazy LA stories. Like you had this story in LA where a fool end up in a barrel out there on the beach in Malibu, and they end up finding he ended up being dismembered. He was known out there in like Venice Beach or some shit. He ended up being related to somebody that was part of some kind of criminal ring and shit. I don't know if it was he a relative of one of the guys that shot Pop Smoke or what it was, but they found this dude in a barrel out there. It's just always crazy shit in LA. LA got so many crazy ass news stories. I thought nothing much of it until they connected the singer to it. And now it's starting to connect the singer. And like I said, I never even thought to listen to his music. Just from looking at him, seeing the spelling the name, I was like, he got to be singing some different kind of music I don't listen to. But when I checked it out, I was like, I ended up listening to the whole goddamn album, matter of fact. Because I just wanted to listen at looking at the video to the Afterlife song. I went to this album, and then the album was like, this is good ass music, but it's like dark than a motherfucker. And it's some shit that makes it be like, because when I listen to the Afterlife song video, I'm like, damn, is this fool like really taunting people? Is he really giving out clues as to what led him to offing this girl? Because a bunch of shit about how he loved the girl. She never gave anything in return. She ended up loving somebody else. Nobody could have her. He ended up couldn't let his arms go for around her. I'm like, wait, what the hell? This is a motherfucking conviction right here. If I'm the lawyer, I'm going to say, Your Honor, ladies and gentlemen of your jury, in this case, I will present a whole list of evidence that will find this fool guilty, and we should push the death penalty. We'll listen to this dark ass music he got. I don't want y'all bopping your hands to this shit. I don't want you purchasing this shit. Matter of fact, Judge, I want to push for you to subpoena this goddamn album to be pulled from all streaming apps so this punk don't get a penny. And also, we gonna go into DNA evidence. We gonna check in his car, his home. Man, they about to find all type of shit on this dummy. You best believe they probably done got the warrant, stay in this fool house. They gonna check if he done pulled up carpet. They gonna do all this shit. It's gonna be blood over there because you best believe this fool 20 years old. Man, ain't enough CSI for this fool to watch to think he gonna pull out some perfect shit. Then they gonna watch interviews to watch the person interviewing them. They gonna interrogate the person who did interviews with him throughout that time period from when she went missing in April. They're gonna ask people, did you see any unusual markings on him? Any type of scratches or anything like that on him and blah blah. Well, yeah, he was wearing unusually long clothing. It was extremely hot. Or I noticed this mark on his neck, a long, fresh looking cut. And then they're gonna line it up with the fact this girl probably got skinned under her fucking nails on her decomposed body. Philip A says, gotta remember, said, oh yeah, I read that one. And then it says, Roller Curtis says, Ludacris and Mary J. Blige says, made a song about runaway girls that sounds like this story. It says it's off the album that Luda won the Grammy for. Y'all remember that song? And then Mira says, check your title. Oh, yeah, I read that. I fixed it. Cloud TJ says, I know his audience says 90% white, says because black Americans don't listen to shit. You lying to your goddamn self. Like a lot of black people be lying to themselves. A lot of black people listen to that kind of shit. And to be honest, that genre of music need more black people to do music like that. Like this fool. The music sound different than when a white artist doing it. And then Vlasica says, hey, players, his thoughts on Stephon Diggs, says getting Cardi B pregnant. Says, was that player or no? I mean, he was fucking her raw, but guess what Cardi B ain't gonna be? Cardi B ain't gonna be one of these bitches trying to get his money. So I mean, if he wanted a kid with her, because sometimes this other thing with dudes, you fuck with a bad bra, sometimes you want to bust in their motherfucking ass. So he probably one of the fools want to. I wouldn't, being that she got kids with old boy. She got a bunch of kids with old boy. Maybe her shit still was hidden. That fool forgot to pull out. Shit was hidden too good. Maybe she down with him. And that could be the other thing with Cardi. Cardi may be slutty as far as what she appeared, but she may be, it's a lot of chicks that be doing slutty shit, but Cardi may be loyal to that motherfucker. She ain't out here fucking around with other dudes, but some dudes ain't gonna take, your girl shaking her ass, exposing her titties and butts. Or you may be a wild fool, which you always hear that about Stephon Diggs. He a wild fool. You get to be around bad broads. She probably let you smash a little pretty ass chick she bring around. So he probably rocking with it. She ain't gonna be putting them on no child support. She got her own bread. She a breadwinner. She ain't like the rest of these little gold digging, pretty for nothing ass broads that the minute they have a kid with you, they in court acting like you did this and that and telling the judge they need $50,000 a week. So I mean, I don't think nothing of it. I mean, he probably got the kid. I mean, that fool got a couple of kids, don't he? So I mean, I don't think nothing of it. Shit. And then CJ says they already searched his crib today, says I believe. Says then he canceled his entire tour. Yeah, he know he done fucked up. The tour canceled. Tickets gotta be given back. That money gone. Money is gone for this dummy. And that's the other stupid thing. Like y'all bringing up the question about Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs ain't harmed Cardi B. The other shit is fools that harm chicks that don't want to be with them or relationship go bad and this and that. Like, man, that shit ain't even worth it, man. That shit is not worth it. Like, not at all. This fool life is upside down over whatever the dumb shit. No different than the boxer, Felix Verdejo, who ended up getting a chick that he done known since they were kids, cheat on his wife, got this girl pregnant, and his solution to dealing with it because she wanted to keep the baby is to take her life as well as the unborn because he's afraid to bring that shit to his wife. It should have been whatever the fuck it was. And that's the problem with motherfuckers is that accountability shit. People don't know how to own up to their own shit. People live under the microscope of other people and they worry about what other people got to say and they can't deal with that pressure to where they do this kind of drastic shit. Now, I guarantee that this dumbass musician took that little underage girl life because she probably was fucking pregnant by this dummy. And if Vlasica says raw dog, no protection. And then shit, Cardi get her shit checked out. So shit. Now, I mean, it's a lot of bad bras that motherfuckers smash and busting these bras because they bad. And then Mir says you gotta leave that proof sometimes. Facts. This is what motherfuckers can't act like they ain't try to leave no proof. Say, damn, oh shit, this bitch let me fuck. Oh man, shit, my money right. Man, I'm about to bust in this bitch. It's no different than what the lions do. That's why lions be chasing every animal be chasing after the bad bitch. It said I ain't just about to fuck this bitch, my money up. I'm right. I'm about to let everybody know. Nigga, I've been fucking this bitch. And so you put the whole load in there. Yeah, Amazon that shit. Amazon this shit. Delivery. Yeah. But that's no different than motherfucking just like Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon went crazy once he first got Mariah Carey. I thought that shit was some fake shit. That fool Nick Cannon had Mariah. I said, oh man, it's some more Lisa Marie Presley and Michael Jackson shit. Said that fool ain't smashing Mariah. That nigga said, watch this, Reg. I'ma show you motherfuckers better than I can tell you. That nigga done put twins in Mariah motherfucking ass. And then Cloud with TJ says, are they gonna give him 50 years, life or death? Man, for this shit, he should get the death penalty. I'm a pro death penalty person, being the fact that this fool is fucking around with a minor. The fact that he left this girl discarded like that, he done disfigured a corpse, he done chopped her up, and then he go out on fucking tour. Motherfucker done said, fuck this girl, went on tour, ain't act like he looking for it, never follow up with a phone call, hey, where you at? None of that shit. And they went on tour and then doing music that seemed to be talking about him taking her fucking life. Like that fool, this is a straight up death penalty case if the prosecutor in this shit is any goddamn good. That shit should be a stretch. He should be stretched the hell out. And if Philip A said, but then again, they gotta have evidence. Unless he did a smooth goddamn criminal job in cleaning his fucking tracks. Only thing they tied to is that car, who put her in there. Oh, but then he gonna fuck up because Teslas be having cameras and all type of shit in them. Yeah, he fucked. He fucked up. The Tesla probably gonna record who popped the trunk. You open the trunk, the camera come on, your fucking face sitting right there. Man, that nigga done, fool. That Tesla got his ass. It's gonna be a Tesla for the win. It's gonna be the first time the Tesla done got a motherfucker the death penalty. So you motherfuckers got Tesla, CJ. I know you got a Tesla. Don't be doing no crazy shit in that motherfucker. Don't do no crimes. The minute you buy a Tesla, you gotta be a law-abiding citizen. Them motherfuckers record when you get in an accident. You done it. You at fault. That shit record everything. Shit, the motherfucker know how to drive itself. It sure the hell know how to record by itself. So, yeah, this fool done. And then he should have did that shit in a Cadillac. They probably wouldn't have had nothing. Philip A says it's crazy how much our society embraces strippers now. Shit, what you mean now? Philip A, as old as you is, you acting like society just now start embracing strippers. Man, you crazy as shit. And then he says, shit, society been embracing strippers, prostitutes, and all that shit. Society embraces strippers now. See, that's when you getting old. You just trying to act like it's the young people or what other dumbass words older black people make up. YNs. Says, it's crazy how much our society embraces strippers now. Says, back years ago, says the world looked down on strippers. Says who? Says, I'm happy for Cardi. Says, and the football player says, hell, live your life is my view. Man, ain't nobody look down on those strippers. Shit. Motherfucking dude to marry a whore in a goddamn heartbeat. Motherfuckers to leave their wives for a whore because the whore is fucking. They wife thinking she can lock the coochie down and put you on punishment. You get your old wild stripper who fucking sex drive. Man, please. Niggas been loving whores. That's why Hugh Hefner monetized that shit. And then Velocity Cuss says, Ray Caruth says another sucker. Ray Caruth, ultimate sucker, who I don't understand how the fuck is he even free. How the fuck is he even free? That's because them weak ass prosecutors. And he says, that nigga says, walking around free like nothing happened. Shake my head. Yeah, a heartless piece of shit. And then I think they even give him parental rights to the damn boy with brain damage and shit. Cloud with TJ says, busting at her says, and now you're crying like Tyrese, man. Nah, Tyrese crying because he fell in love with a bitch. That's why Tyrese crying. And Tyrese busting a bitch with none of her own money. That's why Tyrese crying. Tyrese been wanting to marry bitches and not knowing that bitches only got with him because of who his status was. Tyrese done lost his fucking way. And now he's sitting there crying rather than enjoying the experiences with these broads. And he's so caught up in all this shit that they teach people, which is a dumb setup, is about this marriage shit. Every relationship ain't a marriage-based relationship. And a lot of people don't have the experiences and take their time. But yeah, you want to raise your kids in that situation where it's two parents in a home, but you can go try to do everything what they term is the right way, and none of this shit works out. and you watch two people fucking each other over when things don't work out, because that meant you were enemies to begin with. That was a situation where a person came in that shit with some ulterior motive to that shit. And that's what Tyrese finds himself in. He got a bitch who can't take care of the kid for the lifestyle she wanted, chasing after dudes with money and shit. Cardi B got her own bread. She probably ain't even going after the rap food. The rap food probably gonna put Cardi B on child support. CJ in there rolling. He says you can deactivate the camera. Well, the camera probably gonna say who deactivated that shit. Now the police gonna be like, why you deactivated this shit? That's just like the other day I was watching this crime show. They got this dope ass channel here on YouTube that shows the when the police arrive, the body camera, all this shit. This damn dumbass black dude. What's the history of this dummy? Man, this fool get with this broad, shit, fine little chick. But he like very bossy. He won't let the chicks do anything. He domineering than a motherfucker. He want things done his way. Be pushing the broads. He got cameras all in. Now this is where he fucked up. He got cameras all around the house. Cameras outside, cameras in the living room, towards their bedrooms, all this other shit. And so he called the police. He ended hysterical when he called the police. And he claiming that his wife ended up shooting herself in the head. They get into it. He talking about he wanted a divorce from her and all this other shit. And she said she go in the room, grab her the pistol. And he like talking about, he yelling like, put the gun down, put the gun down. And she like doing this. And he said when he going to tussle with the gun, she pulling it go off. Now this motherfucker about looked like a goddamn gorilla. This chick like 5'1", 4'11" or some shit. And they looking like, so you mean to tell me you struggle in a tussle for the gun with her, and somehow she shoot herself in the back of the head? Like, you don't knock it shit the fuck off. They show him on camera going off on this chick, yelling at her. This is why you don't pick up your part. You don't pick up you don't do your part around this house. I'm getting tired of you and this and that. I'm doing everything and da. Like you ain't nothing but dead weight, talking to her like that on camera. So in the day when this incident happened, they showed them in the living room. In the kitchen, they get into it. And then when she walks off towards a room, this dumb motherfucker deletes the 3 minutes in the damn camera where the incident is occurring, where they could tell who shot who. This fool done deleted that shit. Talk about the camera, internet, and all that shit went bad. Then they brought in his ex-wife before this lady, and she was even saying the same shit, where he was tripping on her. She done threatened to kill her. They sat his black ass down for 40 fucking years. He gonna die in that shit. So yeah, them Tesla know who deactivated that shit. Clyde with TJ says, I have a Model T Tesla 2022. Says cameras everywhere. Yeah, these new age cars got them everywhere. Sensors all over the place. Like shit, this is a world of surveillance. That's what was so dumb with this idiot of a fucking president. This old punk pussy ass freedom of speech taking ass chump that black Negroes like Pittsburgh T walk on the knees for, being Donald Trump, who's a certified idiot. I think he been diagnosed as being a certified idiot. And so this fool with this National Guard dumb shit, wasting the country's money and shit, because National Guard ain't gonna accomplish shit with reducing crime. That's why you have law enforcement in there. And if law enforcement did better shit with the money that they have for budgets, they'll put cameras every fucking where. That's the way to solve anything, is to surveil everything. Put a camera here, camera on that street, camera here, and then you'll solve shit. No different than how ring doorbells are helping to solve shit. Just put cameras on everything. It's simple as fucking that. This nigga talking about some National Guard. Fuck the National Guard gonna do? Niggas, man, come on. The National Guard don't even want to be in that shit. It's just a dummy. Now this dumb fucking president trying to go back to Afghanistan and shit. Oh my God, you niggas dumb as fuck out here. That's why I don't be liking Trump supporters on the show with me when I talk Trump shit. I be like, you niggas dumb to me, man. And the car with TJ says Philip A says, what is that old saying? Prostitutes is the oldest profession. Facts. Yeah, he talking about he's shocked how this day and age that people worship strippers. That shit been long as humans been alive and shit. A hoe can reinvent herself. A new nigga get around with a hoe, she can have a whole litter of kids and shit. And another motherfucker will look at it. Look at this treasure I got. And then Boxer says, back in the 80s and 90s, says women didn't aspire, says to be a stripper. Says it was a shame. Man, you a fucking fool. You a damn fool. You think women didn't aspire to be that shit. Then why they become that? They went there for the money. They went there when they had to put food on the table. They went right into them line of works for a lot of young girls who come from environments. There's a lot of white girls doing that shit, not to pay it like black girls are the one to do it. There's a lot of white girls who do it, since white is the society that you think motherfuckers are think so dominant in this shit. There's so many white girls selling that ass. Like, you fuckers is crazy. But y'all, because black with y'all motherfuckers come with negative connotation to that shit. Oh, the black girls twerking all day and this and that, and they shaking their ass and popping their titties and BBLing. But anytime you motherfuckers go and watch porn, it's all type of white bras throughout that shit. You look on Figaro, it's all type of white girls out there. Don't live nowhere in the vicinity, but they love to sell that motherfucking cooch, right? Niggas better wake up. Some of you motherfuckers ain't got no game. This shit ain't never been around shit, and it's crazy to me that you get fed so much bullshit about what you are and who your people are and what struggles they go through. What struggles these white girls go through that they out there selling all this fucking coochie on the internet, getting ran through, getting treated like sluts, loving to be slutted out. Come on. And you get Donald Trump like motherfucker. Your president married a slut. Fuck out of here. Every woman he done had kids with, sluts. You talking about niggas don't be wanting strippers and shit. Hell, he know Trump no different than this damn singer I'm talking about. Fucking with underage girls. This damn singer Epstein and shit. And then Roland Curtis says you ain't playing about that. Says you ain't playing about this fast girls. Says I had a job monitoring Compton High School kids. Says the 17-year-old J-Lo type, says the little girl, says gave me a look, says that let me know that she's fucking older, man. Says I was 34. Man, it was one of homegirls. I see this chick to this day, now that she older and shit. And it's just me and her, not like secret. Me, her secret, and the teacher. Cause we had younger teachers when I was going to Washington. And this one teacher I think he said he played with the Clippers and shit. But a lot of the chicks, a lot of the chicks at the school used to be on this fool. I mean, I'm talking about, that's why I used to never want to be in a relationship. I always wanted to fuck broads. Because I knew they get down. This chick used to be, because I was always cool with my cool teachers and shit. Because I was always clowning and shit, this and that. I wasn't a motherfucker trying to follow people. I was cool with everybody. I wasn't on gang shit. And so when we be in class, this girl used to think she was Maya. This when Maya started popping. When Maya did that, it's all about me shit, and every light-skinned girl want to be Maya. They thought that was Maya shit. And a lot of people used to be on this girl and shit. Man, this girl used to go to class, and I started noticing she was wearing skirts and shit when she was in this full class. And so even when this fool be in the gym, like trying to get his workouts, I don't know if he's going to try for another NBA tryout. The girls be in front of the little windows in the gym trying to look at this fool. So we in class and shit. This girl one day, you know, a student may ask to talk to teacher. She's sitting on the motherfucking front desk with her skirt open and opening her legs for this fool to see her pussy. And he ignored that shit. Because you can best believe, you done came through playing college. You done made a little stint in the NBA. You done probably smashed some of the baddest bras. And if you player made, you ain't about to F yourself over. You didn't start a career over in teaching to lose it to being identified as an older dude preying on some old young, fast-ass chick. So he called me. He was like, man, hey, Reg, man, can you talk to this chick? He was like, because he was the one telling me, like, what she was doing this shit. She, like, sitting in front of him, open his legs, trying to entice him to fucking. And you best believe what happened when a teacher like that would have done that shit. She'll tear every other girl around the school. They'll have messing. Back then when I was in high school, wasn't no texting and all that shit. But other girls spreading the rumors and this and that. And that dude that shit would have unfolded. But like a true player, he was like, hey, man, talk to this little girl. I don't want to say nothing to her. And it turned to something else. He was like, talk to her. So it was one, I forget how I approached her. However I approached her, I act like I caught her or some shit. Because I started noticing her doing it. And then I think that's how this shit ended up stopping. So it's like it's a lot of that. It's a lot of that fast girl shit, and that's why I used to be like, man, I just want to fuck bros. I don't want none of these bitches as no girlfriend. You will see older motherfuckers pulling up on the side gates of the school, seeing these little fast bras climbing over. I ain't never seen a bitch climb a gate to an older nigga show up to school. You know, some bras be too prissy and shit. They can't do this. They can't even open a door for themselves. You ain't gonna open that door for me, bitches act like they can't even put a paper towel they done blew their nose all in the trash can and shit. But let a motherfucker pull up in front of the high school, the side of high school, while class is in session, and you watch these little broads climbing over gates like escaped convicts and shit. I like, man, it's crazy. But those be girls who are unguided, wild, hormones rushing like a motherfucker, but they're under the guidance of females, probably raised around fast ass aunties who chasing after man chasing after them, and they like that attention, the excitement of that shit. There's changes going on with us and shit, both females and male, them hormones and shit. Watching these bras hopping gates and shit. And then Sean says that wasn't the right woman. Wait, which woman you talking about? What you talking about, Deshaun? Lysica says, it ain't tricking, says, if you got it, says, R.I.P. to D. Hodges. Salute to D. Hodges, man. R.I.P. my brother D. Hodges is one of the funniest motherfuckers that used to be on that shit, be on this YouTube shit. I know Boxer says, this generation celebrates a woman becoming a stripper. No, these dudes nowadays complain all day about women. These dudes today, it ain't dudes celebrating. These niggas complain about women all fucking day. Ain't nothing wrong with celebrating a broad being stripper. The problem is you motherfuckers want to marry a bitch that does that shit. That's the issue. And that's why so many niggas crying about that shit, because they be wanting that bitch to be their wife. I see nothing wrong with it. I be love when they bust that shit open. He says, this generation, y'all niggas is weird with shit. It's so many other bitches doing the right thing that are women that are wife like, and niggas don't want them. Don't talk about these broads. Talk about us as dudes. Even me, I bypass banging ass bitches. Y'all to see Dana and all them, and my reason is some deeper reason behind that shit. I just don't want to do the marriage shit. I don't want to live under nobody's standards and thinking they control anything. I'm not a nigga to be controlled. And I'm not a nigga that's going to control nobody else. I'm not with that shit. And I'm not a nigga about to sit there and argue with motherfuckers. Or that we throw little hissy fits and got attitude. I'm cool on that shit. And then plus I got kids and shit. So I don't want to deal with no relationship like that. But back to this comment saying this generation celebrates a woman becoming a stripper. It says no real man wants to marry a stripper / prostitute. Men are passive, men are possessive, says for the women we love. Man, yeah, right. Niggas spend all day, all sorts of channels on here ridiculing these type of women. There's so many professional women that niggas bypass all day because they go to a strip club and want to pull a bitch off of a oily ass stripper pole and make that their wife, and then get mad if she go out on vacation and popping her ass. Niggas be taking these bitches around the world only for them to show video footage of a plate and hiding your motherfucking ass out the footage. Niggas is crazy, man. Ain't nothing wrong with these bras. You must know who you choosing, because there is a ton of women who are woman-like or wife-like who niggas bypass to focus in on bitches who want to be free. And therefore, people should experience so many married motherfuckers who fuck with these type of broads. So when a married motherfucker wants to cheat on his wife and hide that shit in the way the game is supposed to go, you pay to play, and you play and you pay to leave me the fuck alone. It's all type of shit. They in the business of dealing with married motherfuckers. And then Mark Nash in the building, salute. He says, peace and blessings. And then CJ says there is no Model T Tesla. Says Model T is a Ford. Oh yeah, so that nigga was lying. He owned a Tesla. That nigga in here lying that he had a Tesla. The model is a Model S. Yeah, who wrote that shit? Said they got a Model T. Hold on, let me go back. We gotta bust that nigga out. Who put that shit? Who said they got a Model T? Hold on, that was niggas lying about their cars in here. Let me see. That nigga driving a Henry Ford. That nigga got a Henry Ford car. That nigga try to act like he got a Tesla. That shit got a crank engine in this shit. And let me see who wrote that shit. Yeah, they called the Model S. Yeah, that nigga just busted himself. Let me see who wrote that shit. Somebody got a Model T. Who comment is that? Look, he done deleted that shit. Now I can't find it. Let me see where that shit go. Damn, who wrote that comment? Oh, there it was. Cloud with TJ. Cloud with TJ says, yep, I have a Model T. Yeah, that man got no model nothing, man. He got a Model Pass. He got a bus pass with a big T on that shit. This is the Model T Pass. That nigga, yeah, you can't even get it. You had the car, you would have got it right. Yeah, it's called, they call the Model S or some shit. And then I know Boxing says, since I talked to my folks in DC, they said they cool with the National Guards, being there. They said the youngest were getting wild, says firing down on everybody. Man, that National Guard shit ain't about to stop nothing. I know you're a Trump knee walker and hate to hear me call that fool for what his motherfucking doctor done diagnosed him for, being a dummy. And knee walking Negro. I ain't never seen so many knee walk. Y'all talking about the broads. I mean, the main issue in this country is knee walking Negroes. And then he says being a stripper wasn't a bragging act. Says back in the day, says chicks didn't want their families knowing they stripping, says, and shaking their coochie. No, that's because they had so many sanctified church going ass female relatives who before they got in church was shaking their asses too. Popping their asses, got 20 kids and shit, big ass fans. What do you think they doing? Laying on their ass, chasing men, getting fucked, and then getting their heart broke, and then said, oh, Lord, please bless me. And one day they get hit with the Spirit. They be in church, popping ass, calling it the Holy Spirit and all that shit. Like, stop with the fake shit. And it's so much fake shit, because I've always paid attention to shit, study shit, go into books, study the history, and I know where the shit come from, why people sit there and lie about so much shit. People reinvent themselves. Older women from back in the day were no different than what they see girls. A lot of the girls today that stripped and learned it from they female relatives before they done picked up the Bible and got all sanctified in the church, and the damn pastor and they're probably in the back room Bible studying their ass doing other shit. Stop it. There be women in there fucking around, married with family, fucking around with the church. Oh, Lord, Pastor, I got good supper here for you and all this other shit. Like, knock it off. Acting like nobody bragging. Man, motherfuckers chase at the strippers. It just, in back in the day, you didn't have to wear strip clubs. Today, matter of fact, even today, you don't broadcast strip clubs like that. You may see them in certain districts. The issues is that so many people are taking their kids around districts. But then again, like how they have on, can't even say that about today with Fig. Them bros been walking around since the 70s and 80s when people were kids. So no, it's just that people got everything on camera, recording shit and making it more than what it is. Now people who don't live in these areas get exposed to that shit, but ain't nothing different. The shit that little hoe ass punk president got a lot of you knee walking Negroes believing as if this is some shit that has plunged society and all this shit. What the 60s was like, what all that shit was. Like, niggas don't even know they past, don't know their history because you niggas don't want to know shit. Niggas don't pay attention to shit. While the girls shaking their asses, you niggas shaking your brains and they rattled than a motherfucker. So what the fuck wrong with motherfuckers? And then Philip A says, yep, Cloud with TJ says that's the same. And then I know Boxing says, so you telling us, says you would marry a chick, who many men done ran through, says, and busted nuts in their mouth, says you a different kind of man. Your wife is like that. Nano Box, I know you probably married. Reg's not married. But even before you found your wife, it was other motherfuckers busting loads in her mouth, shooting nut all over her face, spitting in her motherfucking mouth, doing all type of wild shit before you got to her, and she became trash. When the nigga who was doing that shit, she became treasure to you, but she was trash to somebody else. So don't act like you got with some version and this and that. You probably got with your wife and it took no effort to get into the cooch. And you fell right into it because a Reggie like motherfucker was fucking her before you got her. And you took her down to the altar. She's like, oh God, I thought I'd never find another one of these tricks. And then along came your motherfucking ass. Put a ring on her. Cleaned her up and all that shit. And then Picasso says, yep, niggas will pick a fine ass broad up off the bus stop. Like, stop it, man. We do shit for these broads that we come across. You don't know they past. A lot of times you don't even give a fuck about learning they past. What you was presented with is what you're gonna deal with. The broad better have enough decency about herself to leave her past hidden from a motherfucker, or to get away from her past, or to change herself. Motherfuckers is somebody else before you got with them. People are human, and humans, any species is going to fuck, homie. So to be looking and checking a broads, what these stupid niggas be asking broads? What's they body counts and shit like that? You're a fucking idiot. And then Philip says, you can tell when you're dealing with a whore. You just pay attention to her. And then Philip and now if you want to deal with that, that's what you deal with it. And then Philip says there's no shortage of sleazy people out here. No, absolutely not. But some people may want sleaziness in their wife. If I was there to get married, man, I want my wife to be a little bit of a whore. I want to be sitting there. We ain't fucking and none of that shit. You want to go pray and pick up and I fuck all that shit. Hell, hey, fucking no more. Hell, fucking no. I'm cool on that shit. And then Jashawn in there rolling. And then Philip says, "Oh yeah, Red says you sure have slowly brought back vids from these mysterious channels. Says you say since have been removed. No, because I download some of the videos because I always knew to do that shit because I knew I'd lose a channel. I didn't expect to lose that last channel, but when they take it, it's like whatever. I ain't about to cry about the shit. But I always had uploaded some of the videos to have them because I didn't want to lose them. And then, so I've been uploading because some of the videos I like. Just like the first channel I ever lost. There used to be it's so many dope ass likes. See, this is what brought me into this conversation I had with an old professor. This is a professor I was talking about where he was the one that was speaking about how Netflix will end up changing the game, how it's putting blockbusters out and all that digital shit. But they were even talking about the issue with the digital world is ownership of tangible assets and shit. You no longer own or possess anything. Everything is owned within the cloud. So now that you done purchased shit, do you really have the ownership of it? So with me uploading shit, do I really have the ownership of it? No. The sites and where you fucking present the shit, store it, they're the true owners of that shit unless you upload it and back it up. And therefore I lost a lot of shit. There's a lot of them old fucking live streams that I wish I would have downloaded like I did it here. And then StreamYard, everybody can charge you to store your shit. Just like StreamYard, you can pay every month to get a larger storage size to store more of your live streams and shit. And it's probably everything is in the cloud because that was always a thing back in the day when I was going through school, get a degree, was this shit about the cloud. Everything was going to be put in the cloud. Even with them channels that all the Instagram shit I done lost, all that shit stored in the Instagram cloud. That shit ain't get deleted. The shit with Facebook channel I lost, that shit ain't deleted. It's in their cloud. Even these YouTube channels I lost, that shit sits right in their cloud. Ain't none of that shit lost. They own that shit. No different than your music. You buy music or you go to a streaming site. Because I was listening to somebody earlier, they was talking about the streaming service. I think it was an interview Willie D did with Choke No Jokers, whatever his name. And they were talking about like back when you like the actual numbers to Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us shit. And now that, everything through a streaming site, you don't have the physical seller shit. So everything's based on whatever they tell you unless you audit the shit. You buy music and shit, you don't really truly own that shit. As long as your subscription is good within that goddamn streaming site, then now you have to what you believe is ownership of an album versus if you brought a CD or some shit. And that same thing with this content shit. Unless you back it up, but how much of the shit you want to have stored on some shit? But then again, it is. But I should have just kept storing a lot of those old live streams. But I'm like, damn, we had some good live. They might be on another computer I got that's broke. But then that's the other thing. They make laptops so fucking cheap, they break and all that shit. Philip A says, oh yeah, it says, Red says, you sure have slowly brought back videos from these mysterious channels you say have been removed. So how you keep up with the old videos, homie? Says, I think you taking them channels down. Philip H with his crazy fucking thoughts. Mark Nash says, it's all about how you handle yourself, says in the ladies you pick. Yeah, that's it. Like you're gonna track what kind of fucking person you end up with and shit. You gonna come off with a whore, you gonna get one. That's even like when I want to crack a whore, man. I act like a fucking whore. If I want to track a sophisticated chick, I act more sophisticated in my approach. And sometimes you come across sophisticated chicks who may want to be whored out. They may want you to treat her like a whore. And then Philip A says back on topic though, my fault, says the old video says you uploaded with D Hodges, says maybe curious. No, I'm past my topic. It don't take long for me to stay on my topic. My topics can be finished in 10 minutes and shit. But that's when I go into the chat. All right, that's why I don't go in the chat till I finish what I want to say. I'll be done with what I'm saying quick. Because says D Hodges, I used to call him Benson, says Benson and Hedges. Says with menthol, says he be in the dark looking sweaty. Says RIP to Benson and Hedges. Man, D Hodges be a funny ass fool. You can be on there talking about some shit. That's why I was the only person who used to let D Hodges stay on, because D Hodges would be he like Ben Israel and shit. Ben Israel just wild as fuck. D Hodges be really like spaced out and just get on here and say some wild ass shit. But D Hodges remind me of this white dude I was in basic training who used to just do some of the most way out shit. Not do this shit to be intentionally funny, just be in themselves and just say some of the most classic comical shit. Like, and then they'll always, him and H Money used to go at that shit, used to be so fucking funny. Philip A says, what up, Mark Nash says our boy won, G. And then Picasso says Model T is the first Ford, right? Yeah, that's that first Ford. Them cars, it be some old folks be having them mugs. You probably get a shitload of money for a Model T too. And then Velocity Cuss says you mentioned wedding ring, says like it's a bad thing. Says your father walked away at 5. Says hella dad thing. Now I don't talk bad about marriage, but motherfuckers be crying about that shit. I just always say I was never, not saying I was never in support of marriage. I just never wanted to be married. I mean, I said the shit I was observing, I want to see that shit. And it ain't about the chicks I fuck with. It's about who raised the broads. I ain't want to deal with that shit that a lot of these chicks been through. You think my role is to heal you from whatever you blame? You don't want to blame the other motherfucker. You want to put all that shit on me. Remember, Music Soul Child had a classic song dealing with that shit called Another Man's Crime, I think the song is, from that first album. It's classic. It ain't my role to do that shit. And then Will Smith stole the line. I used to always say, it ain't my job to make you happy. He was saying that shit with the woman he married as his fucking wife. And Jada. That was my line for a long time. My job ain't to make no broad fucking happy. If you ain't happy, that's on your goddamn self. Or you fuck the marriage up because whatever shit living in your fucking head, and then you want to put the hell no, I'm cool on that shit. I'm gonna enjoy you for the experience. And once that shit start going bad, I'm out. And then that boy, a lot of chicks down the line be like, man, you was such a good ass dude. And this and that. Oh yeah, I know I was. Shit. I'm always right. Now I'm just playing. I'll be saying that shit. And then Philip A says, nigga says if he got a Model T, says it's worth more than them cheap ass cars. And then in the road, Curtis in there laughing. Look, Philip H in there laughing on the bus. Philip H mad over you talking about nigga ain't got a Model T because he on the bus too. On bus line T. CJ in there rolling. Picasso in there says T for Thunderbird. Philip A says facts on the box. It says stripping was frowned upon back then. By who? Stripping was frowned upon by who? The church. That's it. And the dudes in the church be running right down to the motherfucking strip club. Have y'all see y'all pastors in that motherfucker. Philip A says I meant frowned upon. Man, y'all just writing this shit to sound sanctified and lying to yourselves. And nobody look down on the damn strip club. Motherfucker didn't want to be seen by their wives and shit. And be show sneaking in. They got a whole new car that the family don't know about. I'm about to go on a walk, go get his car that's parked around the corner and drive into the strip club and shit. And then cause I remember the homie dad. One of the homies' dad used to be going there. He used to have bitches. See that nigga pull out a hotel parking lots and shit. I like, man, I'm telling you, niggas be talking all this shit about women, and we do the same fucked up shit. The problem, we think we control these broads. And that's why I be seeing when I hear niggas cry so much. Me, I never been with controlling the chick. If she do some shit that's out of line, no different. If I do some shit out of line, she gonna can my ass. And the same thing I'll do with me, the relationship. Let me not use that because some people taking motherfuckers' lives like suckers. But she'll end the relationship. Same thing I'll do. You do some shit that's just way off track and shit. And then that's why when you gonna get with a person, that's why in relationships, I don't do that fuck shit. I don't fuck around, flirt around with other broads and shit. I'm locked in that relationship. The minute all that argument shit start, the minute I'm checked out of that shit. And I'll be so checked out, and I don't be like, and I ain't been the one who be like, I'm cool on you. It'll take. I have done that shit, but I try not to be like fucked up like that. But my actions is different to where I'm gonna make the chick be like, I can't do this no more, this and that, because I know I can say some fucked up shit. Especially if I get really tired of a broad, I'm gonna say some foul ass, not even foul shit. I'm just say some honest ass shit that's really hurtful, and I ain't even trying to be hurtful. That's why I be like, I try to like let shit go. I'll be so cool and this and that. Like, I ain't one of these ignorant acting ass people, and I be just trying not to. Lassie Cuz says, "Hey, Cuz says, what happened to Trey D Wednesday?" Now I had to Deuce Time wanted to do that shit. You know, Deuce Time wanted to do that shit, but since I can't do it on this channel no more, I gotta find another channel. Now I gotta make sure whatever channel we do, it ain't linked to this motherfucker. Cause that's what got my other channel taken. Mine, I had no strikes on that channel with all them subs. I had none. That motherfucker about to get some what's that shit? Monetized and shit. At least I hoped it would have. But it's all good. Fuck, we'll monetize this one. I know Boxer says no real father says wants his daughter to be a stripper. Absolutely. But that's what a lot of girls go into that shit because there's no. It ain't even that it's no fathers, that there's no the financial shit. A lot of girls go into that shit. Some girls like the attention. Some girls like the money. The fact that America's job markets are so fucked up. And some girls can go this way. They look at dudes. These niggas ain't shit. These fools don't want nothing but pussy. These girls keep that shit presented, and knowing dudes are paid to look at that shit without touching it. And so they go that route because of the nature of dudes and what dudes want that's between their legs. And so therefore there's a market for it. That's why girls go into it. And then some of them making money that's going to provide them more than what a 9-to-5 can. Some girls who don't. There's a lot of girls you may work with who used to be former strippers who it just didn't work out. They didn't know how to do the splits right. They didn't know how to bounce that ass to the music. They didn't present it freaky enough. And therefore the tips didn't pop off. So therefore they find themselves out of that. They ain't a line of work for them. And they end up having to go the 9-to-5 route until they find a man that is willing to trick on. Now, them chicks who may not pop off in the clubs, one thing about strippers, a stripper gonna always know how to present herself. And you can't those who don't even like strip, you can never knock and say that strippers don't be bad as fuck, because those are chicks who on top of their shit. Them chicks know how to put themselves together. And so strippers may have a standard of a woman's presentation of beauty. Like a lot of strippers is bad chicks. I don't care what nobody say. Philip A says, facts to Arno Boxing. Philip A says, Red says, you ain't got no respect, huh? Says, laugh my ass off. This old ass nigga knowing damn well his wife must be sitting next to him. Know damn well he be sneaking the strip club on his break, acting like he in there for chicken wings and shit. I know Boxy says, Red says, do you really want to crack jokes, Slim? Says, because I can get vicious on you, fam. Man, your jokes be trash, homie. Says, so let's keep family out of the conversation, Slim. Man, you know I ain't got no holds bar. Get your disrespect up, chump. Lysica says, Ayesha Curry, oh, Layla. No, what's her name? Lala Anthony. Lala, shit. Both of them, though. As much as people want to act like Alicia because she just don't pop off the screen. And guess why she don't pop off the screen compared to Lala? Because Lala crosses the barometer. We're gonna put the little needle. Lala's needle banks closer to stripper appeal. Alicia don't. She got wholesome look. And guess what? Most dudes, especially you niggas in here talking about strippers look down upon, you overlook Alicia Curry because she ain't out here looking like a stripper. Now, Alicia ain't bad, but Alicia got in there and Lala learns how to keep it sophisticated, but she know how to get a little bit of a hoe up out the look. She know how to get a little hoe out the sophisticated look. Alicia Curry ain't got it all the way. She probably come out of one of them religious households, cover herself up, and now know she probably got ass and titties. She got pretty face. She got colored eyes and shit. Now she was hanging with little hood chicks. She'd be popping. Everybody be want to fuck. So she ain't bad, but to be honest, both of them. But Lala pop off because Lala got them big titties. She show them. She wear tight ass pants and shit. You should be wearing flannel shirts and shit. So yeah, it'll be Lala, but Alicia. But you can't judge the borrow who got the best cat. Lala only got one kid. That nigga Steph Curry busting all type of kids in this chick. And then Philip A says you something else, bro. I mean, I'll just be keeping shit real. That's all it is. What's up, Deuce Time? My cousin in the building. That nigga called to see I was coming to Cali. That nigga talking about he getting his basketball gear together and shit. He lucky I couldn't make it, man. That nigga wasn't gonna score no damn points. But we still gonna set that shit up. And then Mark Nash says, props to Charlie Kurtz, cry babies, says reported you. Says probably some of man, that's what it really was, but that YouTube didn't give me no strikes on that. But it's mighty mysterious that they go for one channel and then link another channel to it. I had always had backup channels and lost channels, and niggas ain't never took a backup channel talking about it was linked to some shit. It was probably, yeah, you probably ain't lying. It probably was all them Charlie Kirk videos, and I'm gonna keep talking about that chump ass nigga. And then light skin Cletus says you a disrespectful savage. Says how can you say that about another man's treasure, man? Because it's the truth. Shit, it's the truth. Ain't no this nigga talking about you. What he say? You fuck with girls, but every nigga got a girl that somebody else done fuck. Unless it's your high school sweetheart or some of you niggas who be doing like this singer I'm talking about and fucking with underage girls and shit, then yeah, you the first one to get it. But a lot of us, and you don't know what the next motherfucker done to her. You don't know what the next motherfucker. A lot of us some freaky motherfuckers. Shit. Yeah, freaky motherfuckers. Then you be looking like, damn, I see why that nigga married that bitch. Shit she used to do over here. Yeah, shit. Dun, dun. Yeah, I hear them wedding bells singing and shit. She did that same shit. And then Arnold Boxer says, so you want your wife, so you want your wife to be slutted out, says, and ran through by everybody in LA. Says, I guess some dummies like you, Red, says, got to save them. Man, you sound like a total idiot. Just because your wife done told you was the first to get it, and that motherfucking pussy looked like pastrami and shit, and you believed it. Girl, this is good. That motherfucker beat the fuck up. Nigga stupid. That nigga stupid. That girl got whopped. No, she don't. That semen dripping out that motherfucker. Nigga, you stupid. That nigga dumb, nigga. She climbed out of a Sesame Street trash can. Oscar was fucking. Nigga, this nigga's stupid. That girl got that whop. That shit go good. Been swimming all through that bra. You stupid ass nigga. faking like he got with a virgin and shit. She 55 when that nigga met her. Mark Nash says RP to Blockbusters. Yeah, that shit crazy thinking about Blockbusters. Cause I remember when the teacher was talking about that shit. Cause one of the homies, it's the homie who the homie got a clothing line. It's the homie D'Anthony. He owned a, I don't know if y'all ever wore a clothing called Blow Clothing. It's a clothing line. That was the first person I used to see order the Netflix shit. He used to order he used to always have DVDs and he be having them little red things that come like, what the hell is this shit? He like, man, ordering DVDs. Like in the mail, nigga, you go to Blockbusters and get a damn video. He be like, man, this shit ain't got no, cause Blockbuster gets you for returning shit late. Back when it was VHS, they used to even get a fine you for not rewinding the tape. That was the good old shit. You just have to rewind the tape back so that they didn't penalize you and you had to return it at a certain time. That was dopeness, homie. But then so it was like, man, you order that shit, then man, I can just drive down the street and get it. Man, Blockbusters slowly faded out because people start ordering that shit through the mail. No. What killed it? No, the mail shit didn't really kill Blockbusters. But they start being able to get to where you didn't have penalties. You can keep them DVDs until you return them, but you couldn't get nothing else. But the minute Netflix start doing that shit through the internet, the digital shit, man, them doors is about to close quicker. The minute the motherfuckers utilize the internet shit, that shit was over with. Now they don't even ship the DVDs through the mail no more. You just push the button on this motherfucker. Now you're watching Terrence Crawford kick Canelo in the ass. Who would have thought that shit? I remember when this same teacher was talking about we'll be watching movies from this shit. Because it's back when the flip phone's still out. Like, man, yeah, right. Because he be in those groups. He walked in. So I always, Dr. Ellison, I always remember that. I think his son is that little rich ass internet motherfucker. Lysa Cuts in there rolling, Philip H in there rolling. And then Lysa and Clea says, knowing a chick's body count says is mandatory. Man, you niggas sound like suckers. Asking her about her fucking body count. Man, you don't ask no broader body count. You just know another motherfucker than fuck. So what, you gonna be sad? You found out, was he bigger than me? What, you gonna be asking that shit? Was he big? Because she don't scream when you fucking her. now you crying. Man, what do I gotta do? And then Philip A says Red's love horse says he want him loose. Says he want him loose. Says if you got 100+ body count, says get at Red. Says they don't. Oh, says get at Reg. I don't know what he wrote. The don't. Man, you motherfuckers acting like y'all got virgins in y'all motherfucking houses and shit. Girls loose as a motherfucking goose. And then Mark Nash says, trust me, says it's still there. Says let you commit a crime. Says they'll pull up all that ish. Says from a deleted channel. That's a fact. They own all of that shit. If Lysa Cuss says YouTube says doesn't like free speech. Man, it ain't none of that shit. It's a bunch of, you talking about free speech and you looking at this retarded ass president you sorry ass niggas done voted for. You talking about free speech. Who don't like free speech? You niggas sound stupid always using some old Jew phrase. I don't know where you dumb niggas learn that shit. Motherfuckers been slaved by niggas look like Donald Trump. Get the fuck out of here. Klan talking about fuck blacks and Jews, but you niggas, they done shifted the blame from slavery onto these motherfuckers because they got the dumb niggas who been fucking oppressed by these fools buying into anything they tell them. The master got you niggas whipped. Damn, you niggas is stupid. But Donald Trump is the one who's really pushing no free speech. Say goodbye to Jimmy Kimmel. And then Philip A says they taking your channel, says and subs, says and giving them to bullshit users. Man, I don't be crying over that shit. Man, I keep shit rolling, man. I don't be doing all that crybaby shit. I don't give a fuck if I had 1 million subs. They can take that shit. And then CJ says, I miss not owning the actual music files. Says, we used to download everything off LimeWire, gold in there. Man, I used to love that LimeWire shit. Man, I used to have so much goddamn music and discover shit. And then Roll Curtis, but like say, all the ownership is gone through this internet. That's the only thing the internet. Because I wanted to do a show before this news broke about the pros and cons of the digital age. The digital age has changed a lot of shit. And the digital age has, in many ways, fucked a lot of things over. The digital age has really created this barrier in the gap, the gap of wealth and shit. It is put to where all the control is over here in these small groups because everything is owned in the cloud by these motherfuckers. And it is crazy when you look at this shit. Like I think we kind of went back, but the consumers can tell that consumers can flip the digital age on these punks' heads as well. And then Roll Curtis says, did y'all hear that HBUs says the I guess HBCU shut down, says because of retaliation threats from the Charlie Kirk stuff. That's just the old clown ass, corny pieces of shit who ain't gonna do shit, making these threats because they know a school's gonna have to respond to these threats. But them bitches ain't gonna do shit. And then and the Road Curtis said, this is like I had gotten an issue with one of these old punks trying to act tough because he got a military Jeep. Man, you know how you driving a free niggas trying to tailgate? Man, I'm like, you don't move your bitch ass the fuck up over. I slow down. Nigga, I ain't moving for your hoe ass. You better get the fuck up out of here. You and your old fake military Jeep. Nigga, fuck you. Better move that shit, bitch. Nigga trying to got the old don't tread on me shit in the back window. Like, nigga, them type of niggas I will beat the brakes off of. Like how some black niggas be caught on that gang banging shit. I ain't with that shit. Like I said, I'm no different than none of these motherfuckers. It'd be like, that's why I be like having to stay, because I would blow that type of nigga head the fuck off. I don't like little backwood motherfuckers. But like I said, he moved his little bitch ass around because like that's how I be doing. Niggas see me in that mirror, I'll turn behind him like, nigga, you better get the fuck over, nigga. That's why they made 4 and 5 lanes on these freeways, bitch. Ain't nobody fucking shifting around for you, ho. And then Roll Curtis says, oh wait, what the fuck going on? Oh, like man, motherfuckers be, oh man, that'd be my hardest thing is dealing. That's why I stay away from motherfuckers like that. Because I know it's some retarded shit with me. I got lightweight retarded shit with me, and I can act a goddamn fool and be having to control that shit. And then Roland Curtis says, and then a few days later says a brother was found hanging, says from a tree at a Mississippi university. Says, and about a day later, says another brother was expelled from a Texas university for mocking assassination. No, the nigga hanging don't mean a white person did it. Black people always thinking white people, like y'all put too much shit on these white folks. Like these niggas must float in the air to you motherfuckers, walk on water and shit. Some niggas hang themselves. Just like all through COVID, when black folks are being found hanging in parks, everybody think, oh my God, the Klan is back doing the tours again. We can't do nothing. That's like I told a white dude earlier today, man, we got to get our passports. The Nazis are here. I said, Nazis died too. Fuck you talking about? Nobody running for no motherfucker. You white folks can, you the type of white person can run from that shit. There's going to be a lot of other white folks and knock these niggas' heads off. They ain't shit. All of a sudden, what they done appear because a bitch named Donald Trump who can't bust a grape, come talking a bunch of sly ass punk shit, and he been a bitch his whole life. Like, get the fuck out. They ain't do shit when that pussy got his ass blasted at that damn college. All them so-called the Nazi motherfuckers at Utah State University running like the bitches they are. The fuck out of here, propping these niggas up through y'all fear. That's why niggas be acting like that. They do that shit because you niggas be in fear of them. Niggas better wake the fuck up. Stop being hoes. Philip says, I ain't so crazy. Says, if Bud be Canelo, remember I used to tell you how good Bud was. Says, and see, nigga, says you was wrong. So I guess you crazy, huh? This nigga going off a fight. The only nigga I ever heard, because a lot of people be fanboys, the only nigga I ever heard talk real shit about Bud on some personal conversation was Roy Jones, who I thought was like, damn, he really talking highly of this nigga, but I'm like, I don't know. I ain't seen, because I'm going off that resume shit. Bud don't even state that his resume. Bud speak about the same shit. Bob Arum fucked him over. He didn't get to fight everybody. So I know how good he was at all. I know the nigga was good, but I know he was rising to these levels. That nigga cold. Philip says, wrong way, Ridge. And then Philip says, nigga, Will ain't stole your corny ass red. Says your corny ass line, Ridge. Oh, Will Smith. Said, what the fuck? Damn, bro. Man, that was my line, nigga. Talking about my job. Like I always said, my role ain't to make no give nobody no happiness. I ain't give no make or break abroad, sad, depressed. Like that ain't my job. Shit. Bro Curtis says mention wedding ring, says mention wedding ring, says like it's a bad thing, says father walked away, says hell of a dad thing, says those are the lyrics, says from the Pusha T diss the track, says you are hiding the child, says this track. Man, your ass be knowing y'all you and Velocity Cuss be knowing line for line and shit. Philip says normal people frowned upon strippers. Red says we know your pervert ass says ain't never frowned upon nothing whorish. Man, these niggas be faking like a motherfucker. You fools listening to motherfuckers frowning at some damn stripper. What they frowning for? They should be ignoring her. If they got an issue with a stripper should never cross their orbit. They be doing that shit in front of you. Now I gotta go investigate. And they all up in the strip club. And I'm in here just investigating here, brother. We need to go into shutting this shit down. Yeah, sure. I know Boxer says we don't believe you, Slim. Says a sophisticated chick says gonna require you to change that shirt. Shit. And then Philip says, man, call that one chick, says that punch you in your mouth. Says, call her, says we need her to sock you up, bro. Says, put your ass back in line. Man, I told her that shit recently, because I told y'all she hit me up and shit. And she's so embarrassed by that shit. I'm gonna get her on here too. She embarrassed by that shit. I'll be laughing at that shit. I'll be laughing about that shit. In the Midtown and the rolling. And then Philip, that's the thing. I don't be holding like grudges or anger about shit. Just have to end shit when it need to be ended. Like it's always love there. Philip says me personally, says I think strippers are okay. Says I just remember, now this nigga going in, they okay, because he know he be down. He probably the married one. His wife probably sat next to him and said, Philip H, why are you talking about? I was a whore too. I used to strip in the clubs. This is where you met me at. And so now he didn't change his whole tone in this part right here. Me personally, I think strippers are okay. Since I just remember people used to talk savage to my homegirls when we pulled up. He told y'all he cracked his wife at. She was a stripper. Oh my God, she's a swing by her teeth. You shot her, says Lala all day. And then Philip A says, man, what's her name? Aisha Carrot. She cold too. And then Philip A, she just don't show her body. Like I'm saying, if she got a little bit of horror on her, she'll be nice. Like even when you look at Sexy Red, who is a complete trash, but that horror shit makes her acceptable. And then now imagine she got on some old Mormon looking shit. She'd be totally doo-doo. You can't have bitches falling into that Mormon shit. And then Philip A says, nigga says, if I went to the strip club, says I would say so. Says, and my wife wouldn't say a word, homie. Says, I'm not Reggie wrong way. Says, I'm me. Yeah, of course she wouldn't say nothing because you'll be going to her job, nigga. What she gonna say? She looking for a fool to help her retire from that shit. Yeah, where you found her at. And then light skin says, Philip A says, that chick gave Reg a black eye. Yeah, they're rolling. And then Deuce Times and then roll it. Now she didn't give me no black eye, man. Facial structure was pretty solid. I probably get a black eye now. She probably hit me. And then Philip A says I don't like breaking bread. Says for imaginational turn on. Man, like I say, I'm not a strip club person. I can count on one hand how many times I've been to strip club. And I went for the homie wife threw him a party at a strip club, went for that shit. The one homie wanted to go to strip club. I don't know if he had a broad in there. He paid the way to go in that motherfucker. I was like, man, I don't go to strip club shit. And they gave me $50 or some shit. I left with that motherfucker. And then they cracked me a bitch up out of it because some pretty bitches. What's the strip clubs used to be in Gardena? What's the name of that motherfucking strip club? It was the strip club and then I went with one of my relatives one time, and then my homegirl was stripping. I went to there and fucked in there. Yeah, me and her was. Oh wait, let me not say that shit on. Yeah, that was experience right there. Yeah, I there fucking her ass in that mug. Philip A said it saying facts, and then Arnold Boxer says no. Says I'm going to keep it civilized. Says because the last time I clowned your retarded ass, says your channel ducked out, says and ran away. Says and I don't want that to happen. Says I don't want that happening on this channel. Okay, yeah, spare me your jokes there, I know boxing. I don't want them to hurt my feelings. No, was it Stars? It was another one too. It might have been the Stars one. Matter of fact, I've been to both of them. Stars was the one by that gas station, I think, right on that main street. And then there was another one in a bigger parking lot. I went to that one with Charlo one time. I forget the other one. It was a two. There was a couple of them in Gardena, but it was a two. It was the one on. Is that Western? Is that Western way down in Gardena? Then it's one. It's one in a bigger parking lot. That was a bigger strip club. I think all the motherfuckers is closed. That's only been a strip club like 4 times in my life and shit. And then when I was in Texas, City Lights used to turn into strip club. That's another reason why I used to be like, man, I ain't marrying shit. Man, you be in the damn strip club dancing with a bad bitch, and then, and matter of mind, this is the club right off of Fort Hood. When they shut down, they shutting down for the bar to close. They stopped serving. They got to stop serving liquor at 2 a.m. So at like 1:40 or some shit like that, they turn the lights on. They start making people Barbie Coast. There you go, CJ. Damn, how you know that CJ was going to the strip clubs and shit? They turn the lights on and then they start bringing the girls. They'll do a little stripping contest. And you see these bad bitches in there shaking their ass, busting it open. Coming to the club in their outfit, they on the ground, pulling the outfit off, showing their pussy. Like, what the fuck? Then you may see them on base in uniform, like, what the fuck? I like, oh man, this shit crazy. And then Picasso says you saw my message. Says a white dude at work stole this Asian guy. Says stole. Oh, you meant not stole the Asian guy? What, he kidnapped the Asian dude, forced him to labor, or you meant stole him, like punched him? Guess he meant, says a white dude at work says stole the Asian dude. Says stole the Asian guy. Says after he laughed and said dude was a race. Says the dude was racist. Kirk. Says Asian took his backpack off and says and commits to beating the brakes off him. Says dude face swollen. That's what they gonna get out of listening to Donald Trump. He says no. I used to want to go to the strip club. The bitches in there be bad. I just was never in the strip club, man. I can't see myself throwing money and I ain't fucking. Like, I'm cool on that shit. Them bitches be in there pretty than a motherfucker. They be in there pretty. That's the only thing I didn't rock with strip clubs like that, because I be wanting to fuck. That's what the most stalker fools be in there trying to make girlfriends out of them chicks. Be wanting to go home with them. Man, them bitches be, because a stripper chick will always be on point. Them bitches be exotic with a stripper chick will always make sure her hair on point, her skin on point, feet on point, she dressed right. Like, them chicks don't be slacking. Them some bad chicks, and then they in there shaking a thing, but you don't fall in love. A lot of motherfuckers fall in love with them broads. Them bitches is like the standard for how even your superstar broads look. Superstar broads come from fucking stripper broads. And it takes G says, has the Clippers lost the season already? Man, Clippers lose every season before that shit start. Even when you think about the season, it's over with for the Clippers. Just like Deuce Times think they're gonna do something. Deuce Times says -9 reported you. Man, probably so. -9 a fan though. Philip H in there rolling. And then Jashawn says nobody wants to see. Nobody wants to see your beard belly ass hoop. Laugh out loud. Man, this nigga up here joking, man. All you old skinny niggas who don't eat shit but wheats and oats and grass and shit. Nigga, I done put in work to gain this weight. But I'm losing it now. I ain't dropped a lot of this fucking weight though. And then Philip A says not you red, says cause you can't pull no chicks, homie. Man, you a fucking fool, homie. Y'all, man, chicks don't like y'all, man. I'll pull a chick weighing 300 fucking pounds. It ain't about that shit. It be big niggas crack bad bitches. It's about your confidence. I ain't afraid to talk to broads. I ain't afraid to approach broads. I make broads laugh. I'm going to do shit. I'm going to have conversation with these broads. And I ain't no trick with them at all. Like, so please stop. Y'all niggas That's why y'all cry so much about these chicks. Every time I look up, this nigga's crying about a broad. Man, these broads ain't nothing. They don't know how to live. The man this and this and that. And the man's supposed to be that. No, y'all talking to whores who want to be free, who just want to be fucked. Or want you to pay to look at the pussy. These girls on OnlyFans making a busload of money. And I wonder how. Is it you niggas who frown at strippers on that OnlyFans? Like the fuck out of here. Niggas is stupid. Philip says, you remind me of Shallow Hal. No, that's you niggas thinking y'all to marry y'all the only ones. Y'all's her first choice. Y'all's her first choice. That's what you niggas believe. And then Lysian Cletus in there rolling. And then he says, you Lipo. No, I'm on that Ozempic shit. What's that shit? I'm on that Drake weight loss shit. Ozempic. Whatever it's called. And then Philip A says, crazy as a motherfucker. And then Texas G says she got that Arby's 2 for $6. Yeah. These fools in there messing with these old, she got the meat all up in her ass chicks they marrying and shit. her motherfucking box looking straight like an Arby's sandwich with extra mayonnaise on that motherfucker. That's how they go in that motherfucker. They go to these old niggas think they the married treasure ass niggas go right to Arby and said, man, can you make my sandwich look like my lady? I want the mayonnaise all on the meat. Niggas just spread mayo on the meat. Yeah, fucking have deja vu looking at Arby sandwiches and shit. Fucking pastrami around her PO ass marrying motherfuckers. And then Autoboxer says, of course you like hoes, says the strippers. Because women with standards says don't want that musty shirt touching them, man. You're a fucking fool, man. You best believe your chick better have a little bit of whore in it. I don't want no chick that's just born to fuck. Just born and shit. Like, hell, who wants that? Like, chick, you smack her on that. You ever had one of them chicks that don't want none of that shit? She don't want to be smacked on the ass. She don't want to be legs put up. Just, the fuck are we doing? Oh, no. Hell no. You got to fucking go. This is the last time, man. I want a bitch like to be smacked on her ass. You yank her hair, talk that shit. Man, I want a fucking freaky little thing, man. Fuck all that shit. Get your bored ass up out of here. That chick be me tooing in front of Oprah because you just smacked her on that. These bitches on that couch criminalizing you and shit. Get the fuck out of here. Hell no. Bitches don't know how to ride. None of that. Man, I don't want none of that weak shit. Yeah, I'm going to take you right where you need. I'm going to drop you off at the first AME. I'm out drop it right in front of the first AME. This is where you be like, skirt. And then let me stop this shit. Philip A says, light skin says, red say shit like say shit look like pastrami. For real, dude. And then they in there rolling. Philip A says, nigga, ain't nobody ain't nobody love having to rewind them fucking tapes, you weirdo. Man, you didn't. Yes, you did. You ain't all. Oh, so you paid the fines at Blockbusters. Lysica says, Redbox says, still around. Man, who the hell gonna go to Redbox? You know what? You ain't lying. That shit, I forgot it is one, because I had to go to Amazon box shit. It is a box out there and shit. I guess Netflix sold them that shit. And then and the Go Young DJ says bootlegs was killing Blockbuster too. Oh, and the bootleg industry. The bootleg industry, but then the low budget bootleggers start fucking up the bootleg industry. You remember getting the bootlegs, the niggas in there recording that shit? Boy, it's always some old low class F- ass niggas that get into some nigga hustle. The niggas start fucking the movie industry up and Blockbuster up by having studio copies of this shit or legit copies. Then you get the old low budget, need some money in his pocket ass niggas that start coming with the ideas. I'm gonna sneak my camera in my bag and aim it. Then you got niggas filling the movie theater, talking and shit. Like, what the fuck is this shit? Nobody want a bootleg because these niggas be having niggas in the movie and shit. Yeah, motherfuckers. It's always some old low budget motherfucker fucking everything up. And then Go Your DJ says, remember people used to go to the Red Box vending machines? Yeah, before Red Box was that Netflix. Was it? I think it was Netflix shit. And then Lysian Cletus says, oh wait, no. Red Box is the ones with the box. Netflix is the ones from the mill. That is Red Box. And then I might use a Red Box once or twice. I never liked that shit like that. Light Skin Cletus says, I used to steal my Pop's flick says, and so I used to steal my Pop's flick says, and I rewind it to the correct scene. You need to talk about sanctified. Dads used to have all that kind of porno shit in the house. Yeah, that's other shit. His dad got motherfucking what was that shit? West Coast production movies and that shit. Black Ass #9. Niggas be faking like they all sanctified. They got porno videos all in that motherfucker. It ain't like today you can hide. Now everybody act like they don't watch porn and shit. Now they on live motherfuckers. Cause all that shit in here. Niggas that wash their hands clear. Ain't no porno movies stashed away in some shit. That shit right in your motherfucking history. These niggas think they slick. These a guy in the digital age. See, that's a pro to the digital age. Now you ain't gotta have pornos you hiding everywhere, trying to keep your sons from watching that shit. But it was porno all over the all over the damn place. Hot, steamy black ass. What was it called? Round and Brown, #8, and all that other shit. Hoes and flows. Niggas is crazy, homie. Philip A says, no, so that dude that started stealing them rap albums says was the start of the end. Like, which dude stealing rap albums? He talking the bootleggers was fucking over the not really fucking, it'll fuck up album releases, but the internet really fucked up album sales. More than just the internet, the streaming services what fucked the artists up. But then again, it didn't. The artists gotta learn to start. The problem is the whack ass artists that can't perform. Because you can blow up doing tours and shit, have venues that pop out at. You got to develop your skills. Phil Bay says, Red's crazy as fuck. Man, I'm just being here shooting this shit like it's a stage. And the CJ says, Redbox killed Blockbusters too. So they had movies and video games. Yeah, Redbox, the one. I was thinking that was the Netflix one. Netflix was the ones through the mill. Then they got the internet. Lacey Cuss says, you date Laura Pippin's veggie? I'll fuck her. I wouldn't date her. I definitely, she bad than a motherfucker. I like pretty ass older chicks like that. Shit, that's how Michael Jordan's son was hooked on it. But that dumb nigga's about to marry her fucking ass. See, that's when you know motherfucker's stupid and he ain't been getting none and shit. He the son of Jordan and can't get laid and shit. They done fucked his babysitter and shit. But Laura Pippin's fine, but you just slut her out. Slut her out a couple of times, just get your experience. Have her make you some food, and then you tell her it's over with. And then Otto Boxer said, because she don't want to fight your mama, so you can easily leave her alone and shit. Otto Boxer says, do you really want to talk about family members? Hohen and Coochie looking like pastrami Slim. Come on. Says it's whole. What he says is whole you ahead. Says little nigga. Hell yeah, I want to talk about that shit. You can't base that show the video I put my biological mom. That's just my biological mom. My mom is who my mom is, nigga. So that shit don't work over here, nigga. I would still clown your damn wife. And then Philip A says, nigga, your name Reggie O. Says the don't know dumbass learn the fuck. Oh, he says, nigga, your name is Reggie O. Says the don't know dumbass. Oh my God. You just try to act like I can't read. Of course I can't read when you write shit like this. Nigga, your name is Reggio. The don't know, and then you don't even put the little comment or the apostrophe in that motherfucker. It says, don't know, dumbass, learn to fucking read, homie. Oh my God. And then Picasso says, yep, says I'm not trying to marry a chick somebody had her doing stanky legs, says with both legs and pop locking on her back. Says hell no. Says she probably did the same. Says sorry, she probably did the earthquake. Says my baby mama dude. Says kissing on her. Says yuck. But no, man, y'all can't do it like that. Yes, you think like that. You just mad because she with another nigga. Man, I don't trip off of none of that shit. The next nigga can have her. She washed that motherfucker up. She take break. That's new coochie to the next thing. He ain't shit. That's why you don't ask what she done. Shit, somebody probably what you think you was doing to chick, it probably nigga doing more destructive shit than you. Like they don't ask that shit. As long as it's feel good when you get it, then you go from there. Bitch make you happy, then put up with her. Other than that, all that body count shit, niggas acting like they ain't about to treat her like she no treasure and none of that shit. These motherfucking chicks that went on fucking gang bang marathons and tell you niggas who asked the body count, she act like she only lost her virginity in high school and you the only second nigga to get it. Oh god damn. Oh, you just got some nice, gorgeous, hanging ass pussy lips. I guess they there to treat me. That's a sign you ain't been doing nothing. These chicks know they got y'all stupid asses. That's why these bras lie so much, because they be having dumb motherfuckers like y'all around here and shit. Oh shit. Hey, let's hold up on these comments so I get off this motherfucker. These fools and these girls be pimping these motherfuckers. Salute to my brother Brandon. I see my brother Brandon out there. I was talking about y'all. I had a Trump flashback in this motherfucker. TB says, salute to my brother Steph. I see y'all in there laughing at some shit I said. Salute my brother TB. Picasso says, no. Says he needs to know. Velocity Cuss says, I stopped using Chat GPT. Says, found out the co-founder of Tiny. I've been told y'all about all that AI shit. I've been told y'all motherfuckers, man, y'all gonna learn to listen to me, but it take y'all a decade to pick this shit up. I'm gonna fuck with that AI dumb shit. And then Philip A says, hey, Red says, Bud make you start another channel, laugh my ass off. Says every time Bud wins, says you gotta get a new channel picture. Says that channel picture that man, I don't know what the fuck you ended this shit. You wrote a good comment, then you wrote that Reg laughing my ass off. Man, I was mad I lost my fight video. I did a good ass fight card. It man, took my shit. And then CJ says I used to be an experienced he says he used to be an experienced buying albums, says listening to them all the way through, says and reading the booklets. Yeah, that's the thing. I like looking at the credits and the album covers and shit. Nowadays you don't get to look at the shit. The most I get when we do the music show, and that's why I like when we do the music shows on here, is going through all that production shit, seeing who made the beat, getting a little bit of history on it. And because you don't get to look through album covers anymore. I used to like album artwork and shit like that. And then Jashawn says that's been going on before the digital age. Says before the digital age ever was thought of. But what was it? So you just wrote that part. I'm 30 minutes off of that comment. That's why you got to detail the comments you write, because y'all might be responding to something I said, but you got to detail it out. So by the time I get to it, Philip A says stop it. Says you ain't get to kill. Says Red, stop it. Says you ain't get to kill nothing. Says I let nothing die. Says confirmed CPR Reg Owens. And then that joke was dead than a motherfucker. On the boxer says that's says that type of reckless talking, says got you kicked out the military, says and got you shuffling carts at Walmart. In the military, wish they could have kicked me out. Man, I seen an old photo of my old lieutenant. I seen that nigga. Well, this is a while ago. I had that photo, man. That fool probably a general and shit. I mean, I used to be a driver for that fool. Then I lost that shit. Them niggas kicked me off of that nigga Jeep. I used to be that nigga driver, man. The fool used to be trying to, but that's that racist shit, man. I was the wrong motherfucker to play that shit with. I mean, I was a lieutenant driver, man. I had to be on the tanks and stay out in the field. Man, I forgot what I did. I went off on somebody. Them niggas immediately removed me from that shit. Boy, I didn't tolerate. That's why I get mad at you black folks be talking about white supremacy, but y'all use that other word. I can't stand to hear weak black language. That shit bugs the fuck out of me. And that was my thing in the military, man. If it wasn't on that backwoods shit, I'd have did 50 years in the military. But outside that shit, nah, me and that shit don't mix. I'm like how Crips be. Y'all know how Crip Mac and Faux Extras be? That's how I be about that racial shit. I'm like the Faux Extras and Crip Mac of black respect. I'm like that shit. That shit. Me in the military. Oh yeah, it was. Man, I be always look like, man, I'm a cool ass dude, man. I always value being like on some smart shit. These niggas have pulled another side out of me, man. Like, you punk motherfuckers. That's why I see these fools now. We have been 20-something years gone. Them is, I tell them, man, I ain't cool with you. Nigga, fuck you. Niggas get old and be wanting to change. Nigga, fuck you, peon ass bitch. And then Philip says I meant you not gonna kill nothing. Says or let nothing die. Red's typo. No, I got no reason to kill nothing. It's only necessary. It's the time to kill. It's the time ain't. So that's the difference with me. I ain't reckless like most of the peons out here who fill the worthless penitentiary systems and shit. I'm a little bit more calculated and I'm way more intelligent than motherfuckers. I know boxing says you the hardest internet gangsters I've seen. Says let you tell it. Says you a merc. Says you a merc and beat up everybody. Says except that crackhead girlfriend of yours. Says that punch you in the eye. He wish I fuck with a crackhead. I wonder what it, man. That's the other funny couple, man. The niggas who be crackheads, you niggas who be smokers with girlfriends. It ain't nothing. It ain't. But then the other thing, it ain't nothing more fucking delusional than a crackhead girlfriend. But them bitches be loyal than a motherfucker. Them some old loyal ass bras. Them motherfuckers stupid as shit, but would stick by your motherfucking ass. Some of you niggas in here married to some of them. And then Philip A says, nigga says, I don't know. Says, you know it'd be funny? Nick, I used to see this shit when the crack epidemic hit, where it be niggas who be married, but they wives be smokers and shit, and these niggas be clean. They wives be out here. That's another reason I want to get married. I used to see that shit. Niggas be married and they wives be out here doing all sorts of shit for a hit. Man, you go back in the 80s, man, all this shit they done brought in, and then these niggas crying about what America looked like. If these punk motherfucking wealthy people don't shut the fuck up, crying about what is wrong in America when they the ones who would fuck this shit over, that shit used to be crazy seeing niggas wise out here hoeing. Like they be the functional crackhead bras, be out here doing all type of shit with young niggas who got motherfucking rocks on them and shit. Oh yeah, bitch, you want to hit? They doing the D Hodges shit. Shit D Hodges talked about. Oh yeah, come around here to this abandoned house back here. Fucking doled up by this bitch and all. Oh my god. That shit be. And growing up in the 80s in any environment like that will reshape your fucking life. And then Philip A says, nigga, I don't know. I just remember people used to hate on him. Says, you gotta think. Says, I'm from a small town. Oh, that's why I don't listen to your shit. You from a small town. And then Philip A says, hey, Red, says that shit is a classic story to me. And then Picasso and the Rolling, Jashawn says she all right, laugh out loud. Look, Brandon and Rolling too. Brandon know he used to go take niggas' wives that be on that shit, go behind abandoned buildings, she dome him up, he give her a rock. And then Philip A says, motherfucker says, laugh my ass off, says, you don't listen to shit. Says, you dense as fuck, bro. Says, if I married a stripper, says, I would say I married no, you wouldn't. I married a stripper. Says, I was just pointing out the obvious slowpoke. Nah, you wouldn't say that shit. You act like you married a fucking retired attorney or some shit. And then Auto Boxer says, y'all hit the like button so this nigga Reds don't lose another channel, man. Yeah, hit that shit. Philip A says, nigga, your face on the front door of every strip club in Vegas. Says, wrong way, Red. Says, pay. Man, the one thing you would never see my face on in Vegas, I ain't never been to a club in Vegas, let alone a strip club. I don't do that strip club shit. I ain't doing no strip club shit unless a bitch say, oh, you can come in here and fuck. Then I will go to a strip club. Outside that shit, I ain't no strip club motherfucker. Like I said, I've been to 4 strip clubs in my life. Yeah, the homie wife, one with the homie, my relative, and then the homegirl who was stripping. And me and her was in it. She let me fuck. So that's the reason I definitely went. And then CJ said Stars was the club in Gardena, Barbary Coast. Yeah, it was a Barbary Coast, Stars, and I think it was another one. But both of them I went to in Gardena had some of the baddest little bras in there. Them chicks is fine as fuck. And in Philip and that's the other reason why I think people going, because a lot of people had known these bras. It be bras that niggas just want to fuck and then find out they stripping and shit. I done come across a lot of bras that known a guy in the stripping, bras who done end up hitting the track, bras who done hit porn, all that shit. And then Philip says, and man, oh man, I got to bring up one. I'm gonna get the homie on here, man, to talk about this party I turned out this bitch had. Man, we was in there. Oh my god. And I think this nigga, the nigga was a singer. I think this nigga Jay Holiday and shit. Man, we turned this, man, like I said, I used to be a fool, nigga. We turned it, man, I gotta get the homie in this one. I'm gonna get this nigga in here. This nigga ended up being my homie I grew up with, little brother. But we used to work at FedEx. Then before we go to work, man, I'm like, man, this bitch who been on, she having this little function. Go to function, they having a lingerie party. We go up in these bras and lingerie. They got the little table set up where the bitches, just be a function of the bras. I bring these niggas before we go to work. We gotta go to work tonight. And so we go in there, these bitches in. And this a girl I went to Washington with in this mug too. They in the lingerie shit. They got the table with their little drinking straw shaped like dicks and shit. They got little cookies and shit shaped like, and I'm looking like, I was peeping the scene. Look what they dressed in. I said, oh, this shit, I'm about to turn this shit the fuck out. I go up in the room with old girl, nigga. I'm in there playing it. I get the fucking. Then another little bad red bra walk in. I'm on this chick, man. And I'm telling homie, hey, man, these bitches talking to homie. Hey, these bitches on. Look what they, what type of tiny on there. We on. Get a few drinks up in there. Man, we turned up every single one of us in there fucking these bitches. Then we smashed all these bitches. All of them. Then we leave. Now we gotta go to work. Now we in this bitch drunk. And look, man, I had one of the coldest supervisors in the history of labor in America. The homie, there was this. Man, watch when I get the homie. I'm gonna bring this in because we always talk about this shit to this day. Man, there was my supervisor name. Pat. No, I think his name was Pat. Pat was the coldest, and I think Pat used to smoke hella weed, white dude. Man, he see us walking in there. Pat, when we stuck, because FedEx is strict on your time. FedEx will fire you over being late. I was late to this motherfucker almost every day. Nigga, Pat would be like, I think Pat lost his job over doing that shit on our time cards. Pat was like, don't even clock in. I'm going to fix y'all time card. We walk in this motherfucker. We smell like pussy and alcohol and whoever smoked weed. Eyes fucked up. We think we walking in there normal, trying to play this shit off, nigga, laughing, nigga, like, nigga, we in there. When we walk in there, these niggas on their lunch break. That's how late we showed up. And then Pat was like, nigga, don't even clock in, nigga, go downstairs, they on break. Y'all drunk motherfuckers better go sober the fuck up. Nigga, we in there rolling about, nigga, we had a ball at this shit and forgot time. Nigga, we in there banging these broads up in there. And then even the chick I went there for, I don't know if she was mad or not, but I didn't give a fuck. Because I think one of the homies ended up fucking her too. I fucked like 2 of her homegirls in this motherfucker. That shit was turned up. And that was a Reg night. That's how a Reg night used to be. And then Philip, you gotta love these hoes, man. I love these hoes, man. That's why you don't hear me on here bashing these chicks. Even when we saying I ain't trying to be married or settle down, I love these chicks, man. And then Philip said, nigga says, how you know the location of random strip clubs? Says, come on, Reg. Says, you sounded like a Trump perp, man, because they was all through the neighborhood, dummy. And so you from a small town, like you said. See, y'all ain't got no experiences, man. Y'all got to go to L.A., man. CJ says, no, I used to want to go. And then Philip says, Reg be like, how much? Says, how much I get for $10? Man, I wasn't trying to do none of that shit. And then Philip H, I know boxing laughing at Philip H. Philip H says, Cap Red says, you be tricking like a mug. Nah, no, I don't. No, I don't. And then CJ says, I went to Deja Vu, says when I was 18, says, and fell in love with says with this one chick, says never went back. Wait, Deja Vu, that's the one out here, right? I'm talking strippers be bad as fuck. Say he said he spent $20. Bitches be wanting more than that. But no, them stripper, I'm telling you, stripper bras look bad, homie. You get with a badass chick that know how to put herself, because that's the one thing the strip club won't teach a bra is how to put all that shit together. That's how Cardi to learn how to redesign and put herself together. I mean, she went overboard with the surgeries and shit. But as far as why the fashion industry fuck with Cardi, I'm talking about even all that modeling shit. The model, if strippers went into modeling, they'll kill that shit. These bras, and I think people borrow from them. Them chicks stay on point. I see no stripper chicks that nails always done, hair always done. These bras won't even want to walk out the house being seen busted. And then Philip H in there rolling. Philip H says, hey, some chicks do copy stripper swag. Says I was thinking that shit the other day. A lot of chicks who be really up on their shit, they definitely copy the swag of strippers. Or chicks who may have may not want to be in the club dancing, but they know how to put themselves together like that. And then in the Jashawn and the Rolling, Philip A says you lost 2 pounds in a year, bro. Says stop it. Salads don't like you, man. No, me, I didn't like salads and shit. But now once I start getting back on the court or doing this shit with my son, and then at times not moving that well and shit, and then my knee, I just start getting back in the shape. Like I said, I used to be a gym rat long time ago, but like I say, I'm naturally skinny before I put on a bunch of muscles. So once I start working out, the weight will fall off and shit. That shit will fall off. So yeah, I done probably dropped. Then what I probably didn't drop. Like I said, when I went to that doctor one time, I got up to like 270, 275 or some shit. I'm probably down to like 240 something right now. And then I know boxing says look how Ridge says getting moist, says talking about stripper chicks, says strippers are Ridge ultimate fantasy in life. Man, who the fuck want like a stripper? You sound retarded, homie. Like them stripper chicks is bad, homie. Fuck you talking about? Philip A says you should try lipo, man. No, that's what you niggas should try. Or stop smoking that crack. You niggas be on crack diets and shit. A lot of you niggas in here who skinny I think y'all niggas be on that pipe and shit. And then Philip A said, because we do got a $1 billion crack industry or fentanyl industry out here and shit. You niggas rather smoke than eat. And then Philip A says if salad could talk, says they would be like, here comes this fat motherfucker Red, says, don't know. No, I remember I said if chicks used to want to give me salad, man, I'd be like, man, I don't eat that rabbit food shit. Now look at my black ass having to eat that shit to cut back on meat. And then Auto Boxer says the Philip A says the doctor told Red says it's going to cost him $30K, says to remove that disgusting nasty fat, says that infected his body. And then Picasso says I used to go to Gardena Weekly, says for work, says Chula Vista, San Bernardino. I knew as soon as you bring a city up, this nigga gonna start naming 1,000 cities. San Bernardino says almost got in a brawl in San Diego, says next to a strip club. Says almost got into it again in Desert Center, California. It says at night, says it's free fall. Yeah, I don't know about that shit. And then Philip A says, hell no, the Arnold Boxing says they're gonna get red, says the reduction rate says for the kids, bro. And they're rolling, and then Arnold Boxing. What was I about to say about the strip club? No, I remember they said the strip club in Killeen used to be for the white folks. Man, they shit used to look whack. They used to be like, they's in there looking at whack bitches. Man, we about to have one of these broads that we've been dancing with about to pop her ass as soon as them damn lights turn on and stop selling liquor. Them bitches be on there popping that shit for free. Now, yeah, you in there looking at cat like, damn, I want to fuck that bitch. And you think niggas would be looking at them girls get butt naked in the club like, ew, cheating that. That's what some of you old fucking 50-year-old virgin motherfuckers would do. They'd be looking like, damn, I want to fuck. That's what happens. That's why bitches can do that shit. They reinvent themselves. Then you see nigga wanting to take them out. That's the first thing they be doing. They be other niggas like myself be like, damn, I want to fuck this bitch. The other nigga like, I'm about to start tricking, and that way I can get her over all these other niggas. I'm gonna take her out, wine and dine her, and then be ready to beat her ass when she don't want to fuck. I just spend all this money whining down this bitch, and now I can't get nothing out of it. One won't even listen to me. That's the problem with these women. You need to do all these things and present yourself like a gentleman. Well, what did you meet her? On the damn floor, shaking her ass? These stupid motherfucker. That's how they need to be crying about these bras. The met this girl spinning on her butt with her legs up in the air, showing every nigga in the club, and you want to go wine and dine her and shit. Fucking dummy. And then our box says, hey, chat, says, have y'all noticed Reg has all, he gonna put a comment. Says, have y'all noticed Reg has all this talk about women? Says, but also told us he sits in the says he sits in the room all day, says looking at chicks on X. Says something ain't adding up. Says hashtag nigga, what's so hard about that shit? I can end this stream, go look at X, and then leave this motherfucker and go somewhere. I looked at porn when I was with long-term relations with my bitches. Like, what are y'all talking about? Niggas sound stupid. Would it take 30 minutes or it take half a day to do that shit? You act like I'm on there all day, every day. And then Philip says, and a lot of times I don't want to be around a lot of these bitches I fuck with. Because the other thing, I don't want to, this other thing with me and the bitches, and a lot of times with bitches that be out here that flirt, try to throw pussy at you and this and that. A lot of these bitches I don't want to fuck with like that. A lot of these, even some younger bitches, I'm not trying to be a 40, about to be 45-year-old ass nigga with a kid. Fucking with these broads. I'm a raw dog king. I'm about to be strapping up. And in Philip, so I be like, I push a lot of these broads off. I'll be like, what these bitches be on. I'm not about to be a nigga that's about to take care of you. Especially chicks my age. They be wanting to do all that selling down shit. Like, hell fucking no. Man, I got kids. Oh, I ain't cool, man. Bitch, look, I can't kick it with y'all. I got my kids. You got to be able to deal with that shit. You got to do what you got to do. I just want to link up. I'm one of them sneaky link ass niggas. Not to be sneaky. We just link up when we link up. Philip says Reg got that pussy on the Reg got that pussy on the back of his neck. Says it be squishy though. They be squishy too. CJ says a porno magazine says used to be crazy too. Laugh my ass. Man, I remember I found one at the house. I think that shit was dad's. Man, I had that motherfucker stashed in the barbecue pit area. I was going that damn man. I go in there and did abuse the hell out of my hand in that motherfucker. Bitches be bad. Hey, but no, he had one of them older ones too. This be the crazy shit. Back in the old magazine, the bitches have hair under their arm and shit. Cause them older cats used to love bitches with hair. Old cats, hey, them niggas style of bitches is nasty compared to today. They used to love to have bitches with hair under their arm, the big pussy bush, them motherfuckers. And then some niggas used to like women with hair on their legs and shit. That's why women didn't shave like that for older niggas. Nowadays, younger girls look at that shit. They take all their hair off because so many women used to have so much hair. The bitch already got a big ass afro under here. Afro hair, I guess that make niggas soul brother number one. They was on that super soul shit. And then Steph says, what up? Says be well, fam. Salute to the chat fam as well. Says, riding back to the OC in the Orange County. Says the Valley says what y'all says what you on right now. And then Steph says, bro, says my cousin some hoochies too. Man, my cousins in Sacramento, man, them motherfuckers, they probably listen. I ain't gonna say nothing about them, but what you just wrote. They be doing that shit. I'm proud of it. And then Picasso says, I think Hustlers magazine says had the project chicks that literally had bullet wounds. Says no, the Hustler chick was that's a white magazine too. That shit was way better than Playboy. Says Boils and says, and what is that? Says Fatigo. What the hell says and in fatigue? Oh, says in Fatigo. What the hell is Fatigo? Are they supposed to be fatigues, homie? Nigga trying to write fatigues. I guess it's supposed to be the military fatigue. Says that leopard disease says that leaves spots on says that leaves spots on you. I don't know what fuck words you was writing. But no, Hustler had a little freaky hoes. That shit was like way better than the Playboy magazine. The Playboy magazine start attracting like the more lame ass rich people who don't know how to fuck a bitch. Bitches who fuck with rich people, they ain't getting fucked right. That's why girls who got billionaires for their little sponsors and shit, they fake like they married to them and like they in love. They go seeking to get fucked. And that's how you end up being like the dudes who Puffy was hiring to fuck Cassie. The billionaire wives be paying you to fuck them. That like Melania pay somebody to fuck her too. She ain't been fucked right. You think Melania ain't paying to get fucked? Man, shit. Unless she on that Oedipus shit, acting like she teaching that little weird ass boy she got with Trump, probably letting him hit. But yeah, Melania type chicks pay you to fuck them. And then and Brandon, they're rolling. That's why you have so many of the most strange white women to walk up on you. If you're a black dude, you still fit in the shape. They walk up on you, want to touch all on you. Some of y'all think they doing slave shit. No, they ain't been fucked good. And they just hear about how us black people be fucking. Like the shit I'm talking about. We like smack girls on the ass, lift them up, do all type of real gorilla shit with them. And see, them chicks want that shit. They want that King Kong shit. And so they'll walk up on you. Go down to Manhattan and shit. You go to New York. Go to Manhattan where all them billionaires intermingle with everybody. Let one of their wives walk around. They be ready to fuck. And then auto boxing, the Roland says, this nigga Red is stupid. Man, I be telling the truth, homie. That shit, I say it funny, but it's the truth. Because says pussy be looking it be looking like a back what is that, a back catcher's mitt. And then Steph says you lost your other channel. Yeah, I lost that shit. That shit over with. And then Picasso says Reggie was driving Miss Daisy, says in the military, says, what MOS is that? Man, shit, I'd have drove one of them military daisies and shit. They be wanting to fuck too. I'm telling you, man, what you think Trump bitches want to do? Man, everybody's probably fuck. That's why all they wives be intermixing and fucking each other, because these fools can't fuck them good. What you think old private school motherfucker gonna do with a chick? Them fools don't know how to fuck them chicks. Why when you get around them old preppy suburban valley chicks, you go black dude go to them schools, be wearing their asses out. Them girls go crazy. Damn dad, the grand wizard of the clan and shit, he can't understand. You got her mind warped and shit. She been trying to teach him F the N-word and shit. Now she in love. They birth rate dead than the motherfucker. Man, the fools can't. And then they talk all this shit about their race. Like, get the fuck out of here. You weak genetic ass punks. You ain't got no stroke game. That's why y'all fucking fading out, punk. These fools is weak. Don't even know how to smack a bitch on her ass and shit. The funny in the babe, you know the stock index check. Bitch here. Can I use your credit card? Fucking big weak ass niggas don't know how to fuck these broads. These fools trash, man. Y'all vote for niggas like Trump. They can't even fuck broads. Niggas be going overseas, bringing bitches over here. They bring the bitches that the niggas in third world countries don't want. Like shit, we all done fucked this one here, Trump. You can have this bitch. And then Steph says we all like strippers. Hell yeah. And then light skinned Cletus says Picasso says the only MOS Reg had says was getting backhanded by that white captain. He wished, nigga. That's one thing would have never happened in the military with me. But I'd have beat the brakes off that nigga. That's why we're hoping that fool would have did when we had that incident. I would hope that nigga would have thought he was gonna swing at me. I would have beat that nigga the fuck up. I would have earned that shit. And then to teach all the black motherfuckers in my unit to stop taking shit from these motherfuckers. Like, man, I would have beat the brakes off that nigga. And then would have stumped them if nobody would have came over and grabbed me. And then, like I say, I used to want to make examples out of these niggas, man. Salute to my motherfucking homie Martin. R.I.P. to him. The same way he made an example out of them chump ass punks in a pickup truck out there. And then I know Boxer says light skin Cletus in there. He said rolling. They in there rolling. I said some funny ass shit. And then Jashawn says all white strip clubs is out. Yeah, I don't want to go none of that. They dance moves is whack as fuck. That's why I be liking them old hood ass white chick had to visit the hood and have some like sister in her and shit. But them other damn, they just be all on it. You ever watch old rock videos? I used to be like, man, they bitches is whack. That's why when they hip hop came out and they start bringing because hip hop didn't have the girls. Hip hop just had niggas doing the Running Man and flat tops and shit. And in a rock video, be having them old whack ass bitches doing this shit, showing the big titties. Bitches ain't got no dance moves, stupid ass Peggy Bundy hairdo. And that shit was just whack. All you be looking at is, well, look at her titties. The black bitches came in that shit. Rock and roll died instantly, homie. Soon as we start putting our bitches on there and shit, our bitches in there popping that shit, looking good as fuck. All that little spray on their hair ass fucking Madonna looking bitches died. Even Madonna died off. Madonna was too flat. Man, Madonna had no ass. She had no titties. She was just risque for the time because MTV wouldn't show the black shit. So Madonna was like they shit. Madonna said, fuck with these old ass hag bitches talking about, I'm about to come with this shit. I ain't watch these black girls doing the hood. They let me on TV. I'm going to pop this shit. Versus the old whack ass rock and roll nigga. Bitches up there doing this shit, showing titties and wet t-shirt. That's all they can fucking do. Wet a bitch t-shirt. Man, get the fuck out of here with that shit. That's why I never into that spring break shit. I don't want to go to none of they whack ass on boats. Pass me a Budweiser, wet this bitch shirt. Get the fuck out of here. I want to see that. But when our chicks hit that motherfucking music video shit, that's why I be laughing when I hear niggas crying about the Megan Stallion. She shaking her ass at Kamala's. You niggas sound weird as fuck, man. JB says all white strip clubs is out. Yeah, that shit. Wow, I couldn't imagine going to a white strip club and they got bitches dancing and Van Halen and some shit. Megadeth. Bitches in there try to shake their ass to heavy metal. Like, get the fuck out of here with this shit. And then Steph says what these bitches want from a nigga. And then I know boxing and rolling. Steph says Harry for sure. Says you can find them hoes. So you can find them hoes down in the People's Republic of Austin, Texas. Man, I remember when I used to live in Long Beach, I used to always talk to my landlord Pops all the time. Man, that was my kick it buddy, man. And man, he used to be talking about when he be going crazy when he hear about a woman that got hair on their titties. Like, nigga, what the? He like, man, them niggas just go crazy. Old cats and love bitches with hair. Cause some bitches grow hair in the middle of their titties and shit. Or if they don't be wanting their women to shave their legs. They like the hair on their legs. Like, you niggas is crazy as fuck. That bitch present you with a hairy ass leg. Like, what the fuck did y'all learn that shit from? And then Steph says fact, but I guess shaving became a newer thing and shit. It probably was after the era. Because I don't think women shave the box. So you look at the old porno magazines, you go back. And that's crazy how time changed. You go back and that shit had to come off. The bitch is like, oh, hell no, this shit got to go. And the Picasso says, I like pussy, says with a bush, says because from some reason, or for some reason, he says, it feels exotic, says like I'm camping outside. No, I like the hair on the box too a little bit, but if a chick got too much, they can start stinking down there. If they ain't washing that shit up, they got their hair, that can make that shit stink. And then trust me, I done got hit with a wolf of some stank and I remember the chick was telling me, stop playing with her. She like, stop playing with me. I'm up there trying to play with her, like bite her right there. She kept pushing my head like, no, I need to get in the tub. I made her fight that shit. I got my nose right there. That motherfucker stitched that bitch down there and shot my face off with that shit. So yeah, when they need to clean that shit up, let them. And then Steph says in traffic on the fire right now, says bumper to bumper, says just past the 605. The LA traffic make no goddamn sense, man. Jashawn and they're rolling. Says, I know Boxer says, they go Reg again. It says, acting like he can beat up everybody in the military. Man, when you're a young motherfucker and you like I said, I used to like fighting and shit. That's why I love boxing and all that shit. I wasn't about to turn down no fight with nobody back then and shit. Like so, but and especially on some racial shit, like the fuck out of here. The fuck I look like bound. Like I said, I wasn't raised in that southern mindset. I don't watch black dudes check these motherfuckers throughout my life. So I never give a fuck you was bigger than me, whatever the fuck. Jashawn says they don't know how to make it clap. Yeah, white girls don't clap ass or nothing. That chick gotta have been in the hood and shit. That's why I say I always like hood. If I mess with a white chick, she gotta be on some hood shit. I don't want to go with a white chick and she turn on some Taylor Swift and shit. I want to watch Friends. Like that's the cultural shit. I don't want to you watching Friends and shit, or you a fucking Trump lover, or hey, fuck no. Hell no, I go off on your family, all of that shit. Steph in there laughing says hairy titties. Yeah, talk to an old cat. Man, motherfucking old, but they fading out. Them old cats that like the hair. We kind of gotten out the area and shit. But them old cats that kind of fading out, they probably got dementia and shit now. Them cats used to love hairy women. It says Harry landing strips is key. And then Jashawn, they're rolling. And then that's the end of the comments. And I can get my black ass off of here, folks. I'm out of here, but hopefully the investigation on this punk ass singer leads to this fool being put under the jail and the prisoners in there kicking his monkey ass for being a goddamn idiot. An idiot with talent that could have made all sorts of money off of music, and he decides he wants to go in there and mess with underage girl and then take her life and then do some old weird mysterious shit and leaving her in his car and faking like he on tour and then making music sounding like he talking about her. So remains believed to be a Washington father accused of killing $3 are found. Oh, good. They found this other punk ass dude. So they said the remains of that dude took his daughters on this visit and took their lives. So and these sorry ass police and investigators just now catching up to this dude. That shit happened like 6 months ago. And it faces hurdles. Fuck Trump. And let me see. Boom, boom. Further service members were aboard U.S. helicopter. And look, some more Army people done got killed in this Trump military where everything crashing. All right, no updates. I've seen if they arrested this dumbass or suspect. Because they had a high-speed chase. I was thinking it was maybe that singer. They said it was after a murder suspect, and this fool wouldn't stop. He was going on a crazy-ass chase. But in the days, oh, wait, here it is. In the days, they're going to announce the arrest of this dumbass. I hope they do. But knowing these prosecutors, they want to make sure they have everything checked. They want to make sure everything is checked off the list. And he says Trump lovers laugh my yeah, these niggas is Trump lovers out here. And then Deuce Time says, I like hair. It says, but not a bush. It, like hair where on the box. Don't tell you like the hair on the legs, on the chest, on the arms. Even that one bro, I was messing with this older bro and I worked at FedEx. Man, that shit turned me off from her. And one day we go out to the we go down to the beach, man. I remember one of the homies was fucking with, the homie Skeet was fucking with this other chick that this chick had like, she would act like it was her play daughter, but she's a cold little chick. That nigga was fucking with her. We go out to the beach. I think that nigga did Skeet go to that shit? But Skeet's the fuck with her. I think it was, matter of fact, it was me, that girl, and the older lady I was fucking with, who was probably like 40 something at the time. I'm like in my mid 20s or some shit. And we at the beach, she come wearing some shorts. She was throwing the pussy at me. And man, we walk in and man, she got like a shorter top. Man, she got hair all in this motherfucker. I'm looking like, what the? That generational shit. Oh, Tom, I'm looking. I almost had to. It almost obvious. I'm just looking like, what the fuck is all this shit? That bitch got a bunch of taco meat on her shit. I'm like, oh hell, man, that shit killed me off for one. I was at work clowning about that shit. Man, that shit was a throw. I think one of these old suck ass niggas went back and told that lady that shit. And they, oh my God. Yeah, I was turned off by that shit. Steph says already, says, oh yeah. And he says, says I'll go back to the beginning. This time says, man, says I wasn't feeling the way, so I wasn't feeling the way and Hefe was talking about Munchie. Says, nah, says on the box. Oh, he talking about the hair. I didn't hear what and I don't really watch Ed Hefe them all the time. I don't be want to hear that gang banging shit all day. Or them going back. But what he said about Munchie? Because they be having ignorant arguments. Who a snitch, who ain't snitch. These niggas don't be knowing what a snitch is. They politics is retarded. And instead says, nah, women today says don't like hair anywhere except nerds and wannabe hipsters. Yeah, today a woman with a bunch of hair on her, like, I don't know, as long as she keeping herself clean, but yeah, some chicks who be like, don't believe in baths every day or shower every day, those are the ones who let hair grow. Those are the ones who be letting their hair grow. Ones who be like, I can go a week without a shower. And then Steph says, so speaking of tacos, says, had some good ones, says for dinner over. And man, nobody give a fuck. This nigga go break down what he ate. We don't give a fuck what you ate. Nigga, get the fuck out of here. Hey, nigga, so what did you have to wash it down with? Nigga? What kind of beverage did you wash the tacos down with? Did they pour it in a glass? Was it this nigga crazy, man? Oh man, these niggas is crazy out here, man. Oh my god, man. He gonna tell us where he ate it at. Grand Central Market in downtown. Nigga had some talk. Talking about a bitch with hairy chest. Nigga turned into taco talk on a Thursday. And instead, Deuce Time says Ant was showing out on no jumper. Says that nigga says start screaming at Munchie. Says when they was arguing. Boy, them niggas being puppeteer. Adam with a hand here, Adam with a hand here. And then just because Adam paid these dumb niggas, you can get a dumb nigga to do anything for a buck. The only move what the check said, whatever the nigga be saying. Picasso in it rolling. Steph says, fuck me, fuck you. This nigga tell us what he had to fucking eat. Dude said he had tacos and boba tea, for real. They said, yeah, they sat me by a window and in the front row, right off the entrance to the right. I walked in, made me reservations, sat over, and they were prompt to place my order of tacos. They said Mexican Coke and Mandela. I was joking. I didn't want to hear what the fuck you ate. Philippe says they nigga went down the menu. Says after some pussy talk like, huh, for real. They talk about a bitch hairy chest that made this nigga think of his damn tacos today. This nigga crazy, man. Oh my god. Says eating tacos and reading a book on his laptop and shit. Yeah, Mexican like, hey, amigo, hey, get the fuck up out of here. Hey, it's time to go, Holmes. Get the fuck up out of here. Hey, tell them, hey, tell the blacks about your motherfucking food later on. Get the fuck out of here, nigga. He said dinner with my girlfriend, fam. Hey, I'd rather her tell us what she ate. We don't want to hear what the fuck you ate. Yeah, you ain't say, tell us what you fed her. Shit. And then telling us what he ate. It's shit. This thing crazy. What you want to say? Cash app you or some shit? Man, I'm out of here, folks. Peace, goddamn. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Hey, we'll do the conspiracy show tomorrow. Man, I'm out. Peace. This nigga crazy.